Little black book, you know what time it is. Time it is. Time it is. Time it is. Time it is.
His hair was tamed. Like, he looked really good.
Well, no, that was a good question. What did you answer? Did you say walk and run or
I said slow pace.
slow pace?
I see my parents. They worked it.
We. Hey guys, look who. That's a little. But hey guys, welcome to Little Black Book. Listen, we're gonna be having a super panel tonight. We're gonna be inviting a few people up onto the panel to have their say about the latest episode of Ready to Love. Listen, if you want to have your say, I've put a link in the chat. I'll allow a few of you to come on board and say your piece, which is always great to have because we like to have different points of view. But listen, today's episode was a nice one. We did a little breakdown earlier on, which we went deep. We said some things. I know some people agreed, some people disagreed. Fantastic. That's what we like to have on this channel. But this episode was actually really quite interesting. I think this was a really great start to Ready to Love. I think in previous seasons, I can't lie to you, like, maybe the break has helped. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm looking at it differently. Maybe the break has helped. I'm looking at it differently. I'm looking at the show differently. I'm looking at them and I'm going, do you know what? I'm feeling it. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm feeling this cast so far. And we've only seen 10. So, you know, I look forward to seeing what the rest of the 10 are going to be like on the other side and how they're going to be. But this episode was a great one to watch. I know obviously we got to see the wedding between Camille and Cornelius as well. So shout out to them as well. Like I said, it's always a blessing when people get married as well. We pray that they'll be happy and continue onwards and upwards as well. But this episode was great. I mean, you know, I think there was some good enough about a breakdown of people's backgrounds to be able to really discern. I think it was good to kind of see how the people were interacting. And we got some early forerunners in terms of people who like each other as well. You know, so, you know, that was good. I think my only thing is, and listen, that's probably why I don't get no. This probably why Owen won't invite me on the network again. But when Tommy said, obviously, the fact that this is one of the greatest dating shows ever, I said we lying, right? I know we lying. We are on what, 4 matches? What, 4 or 5 people that are couples? Over 10 seasons? Greatest dating show ever? You know what I'm saying to you? It's a push, but I get it. You have to back yourself up. If you don't back yourself, who will? You know what I'm saying to you? But I said there's no way this show is the greatest dating show on earth. The reason being, it doesn't provide the matches that need to be made. You know what I'm saying to you? But I understand that it's TV, so you know, I get it. TV, you know, you gotta perform. You gotta, I guess, you know. I just don't know. I wish I just never said it. It's just not. You know, you ain't good at this right now. Like Ready to Love. Let's be honest. Like, we love you. We're not loving you right now for the great success rate. We're loving you because you're great entertainment. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, if we're really honest, and I don't want to even say that because I'm not shooting the show down like that. I'm enjoying the entertainment, but let's not go on like we're a really good dating platform, because what we're not fostering is actual relationships. We're not doing that. You know what I mean? So, anyway. But listen, it was a great show, and I enjoyed watching, obviously, this episode. And like I said, I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the next few episodes. And hopefully there'll be some great backgrounds. And I think I was watching Married 10 Years, and she was saying something. She cropped something out which I didn't even realize. But I think all the couples, apart from one, which is Riva and Mario, who are Atlanta, have been DC. Like, or people who have got together again, or got with someone else later on and got married or whatever, which was Dikia, she got married. Cliff and Joy, they're DC or Potomac or whatever area. You know, what's his name? Sorry. Why is his name going out of my head? And Sabrina and what do you call it? His name's gone in my head. It'll come back to me later on. But Sabrina and Walter, that's it. Sabrina and Walter, they're together. And they were also DC too, right? So seemingly we ain't had success in any other area yet. You know what I'm saying to you? So we're struggling. So right now, this is the greatest entertainment dating show. You know what I'm saying to you? Okay, and Sabrina too. Sabrina got married to our good brother as well, J Dubs. So, you know, right now, DC is leading the way in terms of people getting married, but other than that, no other area, no other place seemingly. So either the show is not doing a good job, or the other airs are trash. And I don't think the other airs are just trash. I think that honestly, the truth of the matter is, the show doesn't provide the space to be able to have those good connections because people ain't getting it right. But that's TV for you, okay? We've come to accept it that TV is not the place you're gonna find your wife, your married partner, even your partner. You know what I'm saying to you? So you get me. So anyway, listen, we're gonna have a good show today. I can see obviously a few people behind the scenes already, as well. So we're gonna have a good time having a good conversation today as well. So I don't want to waste much time. I want to get get some conversation going, and I know you guys will join in a second or two as well. So I'm gonna get El set up here because she's already on the go, Madam Elcido.
Good evening. What up? We in Philly. Welcome to Philly, Kojo. You got to go to Philly.
We gotta go Philly, yeah?
It ain't just cheesesteak.
I hear it. I can't even lie to you. I hear it. I mean, I like the cast so far. I can't lie to you. I actually like the cast so far. It's been really, really good. I think I won't even lie to you. As much as I was breaking people down and stuff, I actually felt this was quite an authentic cast. I thought this was it seemed like that. It's only for episode 1, so of course. But it seemed like a very authentic cast so far. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't see the fakeness just yet. But then again, it's only episode 1. You know what I mean?
Right. I think what we can see in the cast so far is people that we may have encountered, either friends of ours or someone we may have dated before. They look and act like them. But Philly gonna give it to you. And I'm wondering if the delay is because Philly been giving it to us. When I did the live last night on Jay's channel, someone said that Philly had 4 different watch parties. Yeah, the cast ain't liking each other.
And you know what that means.
Carnage.
We normally have 2,
Carnage.
so we know that's carnage. If there's 4, we know there's carnage already. Do you get what I'm saying? That means there's some madness that's going on. People don't like each other. They fell out. Someone stole someone's man. Probably some madness as well. Damn. I didn't even know. Philo, what are you telling me?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Philly was very Philly last night. They were authentic to Philly.
Philly was Philly.
They were homegrown Philly, yo. It was good. I did like it. It's gonna be carnage. I can already tell.
It already is, Phil. I don't want none of y'all. All of y'all, I'm done with y'all.
Hey, I'm going in on Sahara. I'm going in, babe. I'm going in.
It's gonna be an interesting one tonight. I can tell. Trust me. I know we're gonna have fun with this one tonight as well. So there's a lot to kind of break down. So we haven't even got there yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to chopping it up and just getting some of those perspectives as well. But obviously, I mean, listen, in this aspect, before we go anywhere, talking obviously about Ready to Love, it's not been on screens for a little while. I think they took like at least a good 6-7 months break, right? Because the last one was last year towards September? No, it was even longer than that, right?
Yeah, it was like last year, like spring or something.
Yeah, so it's been a year almost.
Yeah, I blame the fans. It was so much complaining. Complaining.
Wait, we had to complain to get what we got in Philly.
You know what else? And it was worth it, because Dallas was a disaster.
Dallas, I still remember Dallas. Dallas fell flat on its face, boy. Dallas was so bad. Like, real bad. Like, but if Philly matches what Dallas did, then we're in trouble. Because then we didn't we took a year off for nothing. We must have continued. You know what I'm saying to you? We must have continued at that point. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, listen. Look, I think...
Season 9? This is season 9, right?
10.
Oh, 10. Okay.
Season 10, yeah. Season 10. Did Philly do 2 or 1?
Oh, you could only do 1 with Philly. I'm sorry. You can only wrangle everybody together in Philly one good time. Not even Maps went back to Philly. Okay? You don't understand Philly. Philly is a different animal. It's like South Jersey.
Philly is going to be if they did two in Philly, it's about to be a mess. But I think someone said they did Detroit. I want to say I heard someone said Detroit may be the next city.
Okay. Well, someone said we need Brooklyn. So, hey, listen. Hey, look, we just glad to have them back on our screens. Like I said, because we know we know why we're getting ready to love. It's all about entertainment. It's all about the fun. And so to be honest. For me personally, I'm just looking forward to just the entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we lucky if we get a couple. It's like a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So if you get a couple out of this, it's a blessing. It's not meant to be. We're not looking for the show to be serious. You know what I'm saying? I don't look for. I think I left that back in season 1 and 2, and since then I ain't looked back since. I know that we are looking for just a good time and looking at carnage and looking at how toxic people can date. That's what you got to look at Ready to Love for. If I'm honest with you, so if that's what they want, the entertainment. Yes, Phil.
You know what? I'm gonna disagree with everybody.
Okay.
I think that a lot of couples have stayed together long term. Not everybody may not get married, but we've had a couple of love connections. Reva and Mario, aren't they still together?
Yeah.
Don't bring them up, please.
I don't know. Mm-hmm.
My people's from Miami. What's his name?
Brandy and Mike. Brandy and Mike
still together, Yeah.
The other couple from Miami, the firefighter and the Jamaican hottie. Oh man, she was a firecracker too.
Damn, I'm trying to think of who was a firefighter.
He was a firefighter and she was a firecracker. She was.
You talking about Cadian? Cadian,
Cadian.
But I don't think they're together anymore. They were on and off anyway. They were on and off anyway. So to be honest, they might be back together again soon. But
Joy and Clifton. Yeah, Joy and Clifton. So Ready to Love have some long-term connections. They may not make it to the out, but people do find love.
Yeah, listen. But
so that begs the question: what is the goal of Ready to Love? I ask this every season. Is the goal marriage? Because I feel like we're putting marriage as the ultimate brass ring, pun intended. But that may not be the end goal for everyone. It may just be a long-standing relationship. So what is the goal of all of this?
I would say love, and love looks different for everybody, like you just explained. So, we're wanting people to get married, but people are finding love. Like Rashid and Simone, they were together for years, and I think because of that relationship, I think Rashid can be a better person now. Hopefully, he's working on those issues that he's had with his finances and other things, but they found love. It may not end up in marriage, but they still found love. I don't know. I'm getting soft tonight. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Hit your head off the Married at First Sight and came a different man, Phil. But I hear it. No, for real. I do hear it. Of course, we've got a few couples from it. I just think to myself, just like Married at First Sight, if you're, of course, these shows, like I said, these shows are not meant to really, help people. They're here for entertainment, and that's the real truth. But I mean, listen, look,
Kojo, Phil cannot roll up in Philly saying it with his chest. I'm sorry, Phil. That's why you're a little softy with Philly, because you know what Philly is about, okay?
Yeah, if I go to Philly talking trash, we gonna be scrapping. Like Philly, people, if you haven't visited Philly is wild. It's wild up there.
And beautiful.
Great city, but Philly, they gets down in Philly.
Oh.
We already look at the cast. Look at Miss Sahara. She's already ready to get down with the get down.
Okay. I hear it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the show off, man.
Philly got it, remember? West Philadelphia, born and raised. That song, says a lot. about Philly.
Definitely is. All right, listen, let's kick the show off, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's kick the show off because I know the rest of the gang will join us in a few minutes as well. But I want to start. I want to start the show. So listen, look, we kicking it off now. Obviously, I'm going to show some clips so you guys can obviously then talk about it. So you can obviously talk about the different parts of the show that happened. But I want to get your overall thought on this episode. What was your overall thought on this episode? What was the one moment that stood out to you on this particular episode? El Cid, talk to me. What was your one moment on the show that actually stood out for you?
Just one moment. I should say the snatching and grappling of the bouquet. That stood out for me. I was like, ladies, that luckily that was a dry arrangement and not some fresh flowers, or else the petals will be scattering everywhere. It's like, ladies, can we graciously, it's just 5 of y'all, let it land in your hands. Let's not keep snatching and twisting it out. That's what stood out to me. We are snatching and grabbing, but hey, that's my Philly, ladies. That's Philly for me.
All right, Phil, one moment that stood out on this particular episode for you.
Lightweight, I was happy for Cornelius and Camille. I was happy for them. But of course, Miss Sahara. That spectacle at the end was too much. She should have got dismissed for that. I'm sorry. Like, I'm glad she didn't get eliminated, but it was just a lot. And then we're going to talk about the candles, right? We got to talk about the candles.
Do we want to shake that table?
You know, I always want to shake the table.
Okay, Phil.
Listen, Honorable Member Black, what you telling me, bro? It's been a minute. God bless you. How you doing, bro?
Bro, it's been a minute, man. I'm happy to be back, man. I'm trying to make a little comeback. For this episode, for me, I would say that hold on. All right, so this episode for me, I definitely would say that the part that stuck out to me the most was Wayne, who speaking with True about him being a player once upon a time, like he was being vulnerable about that part, you know, about him dating different women and this, that, and the other, and the way True went at him for doing that stuck out to me. So that right there is a sign of a time and a place, right? Your first interaction with someone should not be about, what you've done in your past. You know what I mean? You say that for later days. You guys have a conversation about cheating or whatever you've had, but you don't bring it up for that is the trauma you've experienced being in a relationship. You don't want to experience in life. You want to bring that up. So that's for me.
Wait, Black, your mic is going in and out, you know. You'll make some good points, and it was going in and out. Just check your setting. Just double check your setting, make sure, bro. Because it was going in and out. He was making some good points. He gonna get his mic right. Because y'all know he got a deep voice. The decibels can't pick him up sometimes. He'll come back in a second.
It's Phil. Yes, Phil started lighting them candles for Sahara, you know. Phil, that's what you did to the mic.
Listen, I hear it. Okay, whilst Black is sorting out his mic, and I know, okay, I see Seaway here as well too. Yes, let me bring her up so she can come up, because I know people will be waiting for her. They've been waiting for their queen, their champion. Okay, Seaway.
Hey guys.
What's good? You right?
I'm good. I'm texting Sean so he know we're up here. I don't know if he knows.
Don't worry, I know that brother got a migraine for the last 3 days. Um, we talking obviously. We're talking about, we haven't started properly yet. You know what I'm saying? We
Okay,
just
perfect.
did a little bit of a general purpose of just conversation about obviously Ready to Love the last few seasons and stuff like that as well. Actually, I would love to get your perspective on the wedding that was happening on the show because I know that took 17 minutes of the show.
I
Well, actually,
fast
technically got
forwarded through
12.
half of it. I did, but what I will say was I think it was fake as hell, but the premise of it I did enjoy. The emotions and the love looked real. The wedding looked fake, but the love looked real. And I'm happy for Camille and I'm happy for what's that child name? What's his name?
Cornelius.
I'm happy for Cornelius. I'm happy for them both. And I'm glad they found love and companionship because they seem like great companions. I think when we saw them in DC, they were so natural, chill, like they just have been together and they're, so I'm happy for their love. And I guess they're married in real life, right? At this point.
I haven't checked, but I guess so. I'd hope so.
I
I'm
mean, and
assuming
Tommy
so.
did admit that there was going to be a real wedding after it. So I think he kind of alluded to it being fake.
Yeah, so I think they've done the real wedding after it, and that was filmed obviously a couple months ago. So I'm assuming that they've been married properly now. So yeah, I hope so. I don't know.
I'm happy. I'm happy for them. That's all I can say. The wedding was definitely fake, though. But...
Okay, I appreciate it. Black, come back in if
Hey,
me. Is your
Corey.
mic go?
Hey, C-Way, how you doing?
Corey pops up
Um,
on my TikTok sometimes.
yes. I always going to show support to the fam, man. Definitely.
Hey.
So what I was saying was about the interaction between True and Wayne. You know, Wayne took that moment to be vulnerable. What I was saying is that that's a perfect example of the right time and the right place to bring something up. You don't introduce yourself to someone by saying, "Hey, I used to be a player. I used to have a lot of women back in the day." You don't do that. So when she attacked him, that's what really stood out to me, because it was unwarranted. But also what stood out was the fact that Wayne sat there and he just took it. You know, when you realize something's not going your way, that person's not the one for you, just go ahead and dip. Get up and leave. You have a right to do that. But I do want to mention something that Seaway said about the wedding. I want to give props where props is due. That tux that Cornelius had on, that jacket was fly. I'm not gonna lie. That jacket was clean. He couldn't get anything on that. That's pure white. But yeah, that's all I had to say. That's what stood out to me. I think that's where we are right now.
I appreciate it. Everyone's giving their one moments, so I appreciate it. All right, let's get into the show because you know what? This show was actually I'm actually looking forward to the season. I actually think this is actually going to be a really good season. Can't lie to you. I don't know why. I just felt like there was enough in it. There's enough in it to start the mayhem. You know what I'm saying to you? So I am very much ready for the carnage that's going to come from this particular season. Okay, like I said, I've given up on the hope of couples coming out. I'm only here for the carnage. Okay, so yes, I know, Elsie. I've given up on the love. It's all carnage from here. Listen, so let's start obviously with our first kind of situation. I'll go in kind of order that I went in beforehand as well, right? But I say that I'm lying. Let's go to the end. Sahara's reaction. I want to get you guys' perspective on that, and let me play a little clip for you guys can remember for you as well, so you can discuss it.
Love and light, baby.
Damn.
Damn. I want the next 5.
You want the next 5?
Yeah.
You done with this group?
Not with none of y'all.
Us?
You done.
All right, Sahara said, listen, she done with the rest of y'all and she done with all of those people, okay? As she was about to be eliminated. So if you haven't watched it, sorry, but you have to catch up now. She was about to be eliminated, but good Tommy with the old curveball said that she'll be thrown into the next batch alongside Will and to the next batch to try again. So I want to get you guys' perspective because the reaction by Sahara, was it justified? Was it justified that you know, like to say it was right, like what she did? Was that correct in what she did? Like, how did you view her reaction to that situation? You know what I mean? Before we talk about the candles, let's talk about that reaction first and foremost. Okay, all right. Who would like to open us up? Oh, okay, go for it. He said he ready.
It was whack. It was whack as what? Yo, that was whack, yo. That was super whack. And every season, like Elsie said, we always want the people to get a second chance. And instead of just taking a second chance and making a good impression on the next five dudes, she went, wow, yo, that was whack. I didn't like that. And those candles, hey, yo, she got to go. Red flag. That reaction, that's big red flag energy.
All right, I like it. All right, straight into the lion's den, as they say. Okay, El Sid, what are you saying? I mean, like, do you agree with what Phil said here? Was it a whack reaction?
Yeah, because she had not watched the show then, because we've been told time and time again that sometimes it's not the cast that put the people on the bottom. It could be production. So you really don't know. And the fact is, you do have two guys. Let's say if it was the cast, you do have two men still, or possibly someone who didn't put you on the bottom. So these men also are going to talk in the men's lounge. These men are still a vote to be cast. So now you have just tainted their thought towards you. You cast them aside. No, that she should have thought of that. And somebody said in the chat, write it in your diary and leave it alone. Don't say it out loud.
Definitely hear that. Another round. Oh, Seaway, sorry. I'll go see. Go for it, Seaway. You ready for it? Go for it.
Are we forgetting that this is a Philly season?
What does that mean?
I don't know what our expectations are. I feel like she literally is probably, this is a Philly season, so I just want us to be realistic here. I think this gave Philly, and I appreciated the authenticity. Was it smart? I think that's for you guys. It may not be smart for you, but for some other Philly dudes, that may be the energy that they wanted. She's giving the energy of where she's at. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was real. I thought it was Philly. This is the reason why, not to make a huge segue, but this is the reason why Chicago is saving maths handily. I bet you Philly is gonna revive Ready to Love. We're up north now. We were real people now. This ain't DC. These are real people. This is not DC. It's gonna give you what you need. This is real people. Just want to let y'all know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm tired of the DCs and the hookah lounges in Houston and everything. And I want some real people. I don't want no transplants. I want some people who are from the city that they repping. I want them to give us real energy, real authenticity, real vibes. I'm sorry, Elsie. No shade to the transplants, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
No, I only said that because the mixer, we know two of the men are transplants to Philly. That's why.
Which two are the transplants?
Mr. Swoop to the front. He hasn't been there very long.
He gives transplant. Okay, which other one?
Jeez Louise. I don't think Wayne, Mr. Polo. But I could be wrong. But I know
we see her deep. We see her way down there in the preview. So it looks like she bakes it quite a long time. So I think it's safe to say her little Philly reaction, whatever it was, didn't bother nobody. That's all I got.
And we saw in the previews the men are going to, talk about keeping her.
Interesting. Okay. Another round.
When keeping it real goes wrong, since we being in the real states, okay, this is when keeping it real goes wrong. I just want us to be us that has acquired taste personality, to be confident that we have acquired taste personality and that only certain people is going to get us. I don't have a problem with her popping off if there was a reason to pop off, but Tommy specifically said the men just said you give homie vibes. And she popped off. That's giving insecurity to me. So, because it's like you give homie vibes, and I ain't about to choose none of y'all. Y'all don't see what y'all don't pick me and stuff like that. How y'all don't like me. They didn't say they don't like you, sis. They say you give homie vibes and you don't listen either. So your insecurities speak before your ears listen. Like, I need you to open your ears, hear what was said, and then react to that. Not just react off your insecurities. And that's what she gave. She gave real insecure. So if we being real and we in real states, that's what we doing. We giving real insecure. And I need her to be confident in the person that she is, because I personally like her personality. I don't have a problem with her personality. Of course, I'm not dating her either. But I think I like the realness of her personality. But I want her to be secure with her own realness and understand that everybody is not going to choose you. And you don't need to be for everybody. And it's okay. It's very much okay.
I love this. I love this. Yes, Black. See, we don't start something today.
Man, listen,
Yes, Black.
what I will say is this, is that if I was one of those men in the background when she said that, I would have instantly X'd her out. Because what that tells me is that, for one, she can't take feedback. She can't take any feedback. All they said, like Jay said, was that it's a homie vibe. So what it tells me is that we're in a relationship together. You do something that I dislike. Now all of a sudden you're mad. You're big mad over something that's small. So I think it was lack of class. I'm sorry. If it's a Philly thing or not a Philly thing, I don't know Philly's history like that to be able to speak on it. So I'm not going to say yay or nay for that. But just in general, and if the men were okay with it, then why did they respond the way they responded when she said it? So it's not a thing for her to do that's okay. Now, she could have thought it, but at the end of the day, you got to play the game. So her saying that, now she's a target. Now every time they do a deliberation, she's going to be the one that they're going to go after because of what she said. Now, she could have thought in her head, hey, well, these guys, I'm not going to mess with them anymore. I'm just going to show face. I'm just going to be cool, but I'm going to target the next 5 men that come in. That would have been more thought, more of a strategy that she could have taken, but she didn't do that. So, yeah, to me, I think it was lacking. I don't know. I'm not going to say exactly what it was lacking, but I'll just say it was lacking.
I just wanted to add something real quick. See where you look beautiful tonight, FYI.
Thank you.
But if that was a dude, he would be sassy at this moment in time. If Will would have pulled that same move, he would have been called sassy, and you would be on his neck. And if he would have did a whole Philly pop off, like I'm with you, C-Way. I'm glad for the whole real Philly, because these are real Philly people. But if a dude would have did that and he would have said, I'm done with these 5 women behind, he would have been sassy.
Ain't that the point, though? Women can be sassy, right? Ain't that the point? I think we're losing the plot sometimes. I feel like we've lost the plot. Like that's the point. We can be sassy. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we could be sassy. Now, I'm not even calling what she did sassy. I'm not calling it sassy. It was something completely different. I wouldn't even label that as sassy. It was borderline crash out behavior, but entertaining crash out behavior nonetheless, and I wasn't mad at it. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call that one sassy, but we can agree to disagree.
Would the dude's behavior be in a crash out? If Will would have did that same behavior, would he have been a crash out?
I think it'd just be a crash out. It's a very lightweight crash out. I mean, in the scheme of things, I ain't effing with y'all no way. It's a lightweight crash out. We've seen worse. We've seen this.
We see this on the street when the dude you don't talk to a dude.
Yeah. I mean,
that's you. I ain't want to talk to your ugly.
See, the roles are reversed.
For sure.
The roles have now reversed. They're reversed now. Because at first, it used to be a time where you hold a woman to a higher regard. What she says, elegant, soft on her feet, those type of things. But now it's the other way around. Now you expect men not to, hey, don't show your feelings, guys. Don't be vulnerable. Don't give too much, because it's going to give sassy. It's going to give lame. It's going to give a lot of other words that we've been called. So I think that everyone should be held to a higher standard. And her doing what she did just oozes out to me. 1, what Jay said, insecurity. 2, she can't handle conflict very well. So I'm out.
Elsa, do you want to add on to that?
I don't subscribe to using the word sassy. but I think some, folks have a misunderstanding, or maybe I have a misunderstanding. I think it is, behavior that a woman may exhibit, but the man is exhibiting. So I may be wrong with it. So if Sahara is doing it, then yeah, she wilding out. If a gentleman did it, then it may be labeled as sassy. So for those who prescribe to using it, because I think we have the wrong definition.
Okay. I definitely hear. I hear you. I mean, listen. To be honest, I think she crashed out, right? And I think strategically, it was a poor strategic move. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to forget that you'd made this move. And if you, the one thing I would say, just like women and just like men, news travels, right? Like, if a man did this and he crashed out, the woman would have been telling the other women on the next season, the next week when they come to a women's lounge. But wasn't he crashing out? So although she has every right to feel how she feels, I think her reaction was short-sighted, because she has to remember that even if she gets the new guys and they like her, this is still a strategic game. You need votes. You know what I'm saying to you, right? And also, it puts that man in a very difficult position. That's why we saw the little clip for next week, next few months, weeks, whatever. One guy's he's going to have to defend himself against all those men. And listen, hey, I think when a man really likes you, he will do everything he needs to do. But it just puts him in a very difficult position now, in terms of now having to try and defend you whilst also defending himself, because it's a strategic game. So by him even defending you, he can actually call himself issue, and he could be out. So, you know what I mean? Like, you just got to think of it a long-term place. And I think she wasn't really thinking about it. And I get it. It's not easy to take rejection. You know what I'm saying? No one's going to make it easy. Like, it's easy to take rejection. It's not. It's difficult. It's painful. It hurts. And it's not nice. You know what I'm saying? Especially in front of especially in front of all your cohorts as well, right? And, knowing that, maybe you like some of them and they didn't like you. So it's painful, So I do accept that area as well. It was a crash out, though. It definitely was a crash out. And hopefully she thinks about that before she goes to the next group as well. Because if she's doing it there, more than likely she might be doing it elsewhere as well. What about her point about the candles, though? I want to know what your thoughts are about these candles. Like, because I of course, not everyone subscribes to the same faith or spiritual model, which is fine. But what was your thoughts about this candle business? You know what I'm saying to you? Like, maybe I can even ask Black and Phil first. You find out the girl does the candles and burns the candles to get rid of you, to get rid of ex-boyfriends. How are you gonna react? You gonna be okay? You gonna be cool, Phil?
Hell no. That's a no. She wildin'. She crazy. No. I can get with a tarot card reading. I can get with the crystal thing. It's not my thing, but I can understand it. But the candles and then burying the candles, nah, man. That's a no. That's just too much to the other side for me. That's a big, hard no. I don't trust it. That's a no. I wouldn't eat her spaghetti either.
Damn. That sounded like a euphemism. I don't know. Black, go for it.
Listen, man. When she said, I burn the candle down, I bury the candle, and I bury him. Who is him? What are you burying? Is it a little doll that you made that you shaped into his form? What's going on? She left that too open. Just burying the candle alone was enough for me. But when she said burying him as well, I want to know what context. I didn't take that in because is he gone? Is he still amongst the living? Because it left something for me. I don't know. So now I fear for those men in the background, because if somebody don't show up next week, is it because it's hard? Is it because she did what she did? I don't know. But I do know that I'm going to leave Sahara alone, just based upon that. She seen one of these lives and come after me. I don't want no problems. But yeah, I couldn't do it.
I know she's gonna have a candle with your face on it, boy. She's gonna be burying that real deep, boy. I'm covered by the blood. Try me. Don't try me. Try Jesus. But anyway, listen. all jokes, all jokes aside, before I let the ladies jump in, for those of you who are watching, listen, we've got 313 people in the room. Please like the live, okay? If you're in the room, before we do anything else, I know you're enjoying it because I can see the comment section going wild. Make sure you're liking the live ahead of time as well. We appreciate you, those who are in the room and enjoying the show. It is always a blessing, okay? All right, it is always a blessing. But I want to shout out, obviously, why am I not seeing, I don't know what's going, okay, there we go. Shout out to Feel Good for the 10 memberships as well that he sent out there. We appreciate you for helping those people who are in the chat become members of this channel. We thank you very much, Phil. God bless you. Seaway with a 10 as well. Hey, baby. All right, we appreciate that, Seaway. Thank you so much. She said she's going to turn off her camera and she's going to do some work. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Seaway. It's a blessing that you do that as well. And she added an extra 5 on top as well, just to make sure she passed Phil as well. Okay, she said, you ain't going to outgive me. No, when she's supporting the real people from Philly, she said, this the real people, them, Chicago, them, yeah, me. So I appreciate you very, very much, Seaway as well. All these members who are getting the free memberships, welcome to the conversation. It's about to go members only. So make sure you stick around and you enjoy the show. Make sure you're leaving comments in the chat. And if you're not able to, it's because you're not a member and you need to become one. And you can do that with the $sign below the chat and you can join our membership. And if you can't click on it because it won't allow you to, just change devices onto an iPad or a laptop and it will allow you to also join the membership as well. All right, let me let ladies jump in. Ladies, I want to get your perspectives. I mean, you know, Sahara was burning the candle and then she's going to bury the person as well, basically as well. And I knew what she meant. She didn't really mean 6 foot deep. Well, I mean, I hope she didn't anyway. But, you know, we knew what she meant. But from your perspective, when you heard those words, what was your take on the situation? I know for the man, them, they were starting to fear for their lives, you know what I'm saying to you. But how did you ladies see it, you know, from your perspective? Elson, how did you see it? How did you see it with Sahara? When she said she gonna put some candles and she gonna burn some folk?
I thought, girl, if you're going to do something, why are you saying it on this national television? I mean, really, is this the time and place to say it? We did see her saging it, you know, different strokes for different folks. It ain't what I subscribe to. So I'm just going to watch her move and see what she does. But that whole candle situation is like, okay, girl, you just told us to just watch you, just side-eye you. That's it. I'm just watching. I still like her personality. I'd still, you know, hang with her or whatever, but I'ma just, in this sphere for those gentlemen and those other ladies, I'ma just watch it to the side. Because it's like, do you really mean good? Because I haven't heard the good that you're doing with these candles. I'm just hearing bad.
You say you want him dead. You say you do not like him anymore. I'm sorry, it was giving East Value a little bit, you know. Coming from the home of voodoo, it was giving a little, I'll make a doll and bury it in the backyard and see what happened in a couple of weeks. But, you know, to each his own. I got friends that do their candles and I don't know what it is. They put it in some water. It's something they put it in water and it does something. Hey, if it works for you, it works for you. One thing about voodoo that you got to understand is you have to have some belief in it. So if you don't believe in it, it may not work. Now, if her belief is stronger than yours, then, sir, you may not want to mess with her. That's all I'm going to tell you, okay? She said it with a straight face. I'm going to take it with a straight face because I don't know her personality just yet. She might have a dry humor like me and stuff, and, you know, but I laughed through some of my crazy. She didn't laugh at none of hers at all. So y'all tread lightly as you speak on her, okay? That's all I'm gonna tell y'all.
Didn't I get in trouble last time for talking about all the crystals and stuff? So I'm gonna leave it alone. Last time folks was mad at me.
You gonna want to speak about it, see, but you covered by the blood. You gonna speak about it.
Yeah, I remember the Crystal Warriors were very upset at me last time, so I don't want to upset them again.
Mess with the spirit again.
I just thought it was different. I thought it was different. I did see a comment though, that the production could be spinning her to be a little stranger than she is, and that we need to keep that in mind because they're especially good for that for Ready to Love. So I'll leave room for that, but it was definitely not my cup of tea. It was a little different. So
I definitely hear you on that. Listen, if I hear a lady tell me that I am out the door and I'm out and gone, and I will block and delete your number because I don't need the warfare. I remember a distinct story. We have myself and my friend. In fact, there's a few of us actually. I remember we had a story because this was uni time, and I came over, and we're having like a little jam and everything like that, right, in the living room. And one of her flatmates at the time was like, the dorms and stuff, right? One of the girls, I remember distinctively, they wanted me to go and ask the girl something about, I can't remember, it was to go and ask her something, right? So, and I remember asking the girls, like, why do you want me to go and do it? Why don't you just go and do it? She's one of your people. They're like, we don't speak to her like that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, cool. What harm can it do? So I knock on the door, and I do, okay, right? I kid you not, I'm hearing drumming. Dun 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 dun. I'm hearing drumming. Okay. When I walked in, when she finally opened the door and I heard a and she opened the door and I walked in, the room was red. Okay. I'm seeing bits and bobs everywhere. Yeah. Okay. All right. At that point, right, I didn't want to be in that space any longer. Okay. So when I saw that, I quickly asked her for whatever. I can't remember what it was. I had to ask for something, and I got back out. Okay. All right. When we got back out, probably about an hour later, she came out, pented up, ready to go to war. Right. And listen, all I'm going to say is when I start seeing people do certain practices, it's not for me. You know what I'm saying to you? And it's not for me to now start showing the God that I serve. You know what I'm saying to you? It's not for that time. Yeah? I'm going to leave that for the biblical prophets. You know what I'm saying to you? But as for me, and you tell me you going to be burning candles, okay? It's been very nice to know you. It's been appreciated. There's no harm here, and there's no beef here. I just want to let you know that, you're blessed, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying to you? You can't be playing with these spirits out here. Sean, talk to me, bro. Well, I asked the man them how they would feel if a woman would tell you that, she lights candles, lets it burn all the way out and then buries those candles and then she's going to be done with you. I want to know, what's your thoughts, brother? What are your thoughts? Would you be interested? Would you be having conversations? How would you handle such a situation when you find out your name is on a candle?
Yeah, it would be a no for me, big dog. It's one thing to be hippy dippy trippy, into the crystals and the chakras and all of that stuff. That's really not for me, but there's some validity to that, and I can get to that. But you talk about burying something in the ground, taking a statue of me and burying it into the ground. That sounds like an idol. And to your point, I don't need to get into a discussion. Don't tell me what our ancestors did. I'm good. You got it. I'm out.
I appreciate that. All right, listen, let's move from Sahara. Let's move it to Will, because Will also was at the bottom. Okay. Will was at the bottom, and we found out that he had been divorced twice. Yes, Will has been divorced twice. And he got married on both marriages for a year only. Okay, so I want to get you guys' perspective, but let me get you guys a little clip so you can remember who Will is. And you can see this here in a second or two, and then we'll get you guys talking about it. Here we go. This is a little bit clip of Will on the left.
Regardless of what the man thinks. So your answer is the same as mine.
It's not.
I'm so confused with your answer right now. It's like we were given the same answer, but ultimately we agreed to do.
Alrighty. So, Will, Will let us know that obviously for him, he had been divorced twice. And it was because obviously when he got married both times when his parents actually respectively passed away. So when his mom passed away and his dad passed away, he got married on both times after, right? But I want to get you guys' thoughts. What was your thoughts on him? Because the ladies had said basically that he was a funny guy in a sense, right? So I want to get you guys' thoughts. What was your thoughts on Will and his behavior on this particular episode? Elsa, you're shaking your head. You're giving me energy that you weren't impressed with his particular behavior. What's your thoughts?
It's giving me that Will is going to be showing me polos all season, and it's boring. He's already boring me. His confessional is another no logo polo. I mean, that's what I'm going to call Will, the no logo polo. Because he's trying to crack jokes. He's trying to lighten the mood. I understand where he's going, but no. No, Will, read the room. The ladies aren't liking the jokes, but it is disturbing that he is going to marry after a grieving process. So it's telling me he's trying to cover up his grief by getting married, soothing it with the bliss of being wedded. And then it fizzles and he divorces by a year. Yeah, it's given problematic, it's giving you haven't dealt with your grief, and it's given that the bench should be your residence. Okay? That's it.
Okay, I'm definitely hearing that. Definitely here. Another round. 'Cause I know before we lose you, talk to me, sis. What's your thoughts on Willow?
I might be lost already. I'm going delirious, y'all. No. Yeah. Okay. So us women do love a man that, with a sense of humor that makes us smile and laugh and stuff. But there's a time and a place. There's seasons for all of that. And when we're trying to actually get to know you, that is not the time. That is not the time to carry on with the jokes that we don't receive any information. Elsie and Rhonda asked me last night, what did we learn about that man? Nothing. Nothing other than he had 2 divorces because either editing is playing with us and didn't give us that much, or he jokes too much that the ladies didn't even get that much from him either. So I need him to simmer down with the jokes or whatever and just relax. And then I can't remember which one of the ladies said it, but they said that he got the party started, and that to me just makes me think that you were taking back a whole bunch of drinks when you got there. So your nerves is on high, you cracking so many jokes. It's going to be more so translation to your confidence is kind of low, and it's probably reading off that way to a lot of the ladies. So they're receiving as your jokes as you just play too much, you're unserious, we can't get nothing out of you. And it's really because your confidence is probably a little bit lower than it needs to be in this setting. So that's all I got.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Black, what's your thoughts on this, man? Sean's gonna go. My bad, Sean. Go for it, Sean.
Yeah, I was just gonna add. You said that lady. I don't remember all their names now, but you said her hair was giving anxious attachment. Well, maybe his polos are giving dismissive avoidant. So I think Will's polos are giving dismissive avoidant, and his humor is off-putting. I think the thing that gets him is you can be funny, but you have to pick you just have to pick a struggle, because you can't be funny, awkward, and off-putting. And I think when he made that joke, I think it was to the Sunday school teacher lady. I don't know. I think her name is True. He said to her, something about her ex-boyfriend and, self-pleasure. I'm trying to choose my words wisely. Yeah, I just feel like he went too far. He went too far with that. So he has to learn appropriateness. And there's another guy on another cast. I forgot that he had a whole bunch of marriages or a whole bunch of relationships, but it is definitely a red flag for him to be jumping in and jumping out of these marriages so quickly, and then his off-putting, inappropriate at times humor.
Thank you very much, Sean. Black?
Yeah, so this is why I love Jake. She said exactly what I wanted to say. Men, sometimes we can get we hear things through the grapevine that women like, and we take it the wrong way. And this was the instance where he took it the wrong way. Yes, women do love to laugh. Women love me to make them laugh, but he was just wrong in his approach. He approached everything with laughter, jokes. When they had the discussion about his divorce, he even found a way to joke about that. And then just looking at how he got married. How he got married really says a lot about him, about some things that may possibly be missing for him, some things that he may be needing. I can't really speak on what those things are, but I do know that knowing how his marriages took place, when they took place, the timing of them, and then his joking appearance on the show, it just seems like something is missing that he desperately needs. So yeah, that's the only thing I kind of pull from him.
Appreciate it. Phil, what you saying?
First I want to say that the ladies are savages. Fellas, make sure your polo has a logo on it. These comments are whoa. Will, I thought he was trying to be funny, to show a little bit of personality, but the red flag was you got married twice and both only lasted a year after you lost both parents. Yeah, that's a big red flag. Like it seems like he's trying to recreate his parents' marriage, and he needs to realize that you're not ever going to be able to recreate your parents' marriages because it was their marriage, not your marriage. So yeah, Will is a big red flag. He seems like a nice person. He didn't go off at the end when he got eliminated. He just said he's going to try to be him. He's going to always be him. But when he said that, I don't think he actually heard what Tommy was saying that the ladies didn't like. He wasn't listening. It's okay for you to be joking and, joyful in this moment, in this situation, but also listen to what the ladies are saying, because the next 5 ladies may feel the same thing. So he wasn't listening, but he didn't crash out.
Good point. He wasn't listening. Good point. I don't know if Siwa's ready. She might be a little bit. Siwa, you there? If not, don't worry. I'll cycle it round. I think she might be a little bit busy. She'll come back. Let me ask a question though. So let me ask a question then in terms of like for obviously the Will situation then. For the ladies maybe as well, because I asked the gentleman another question before. For the ladies then, what should that man do? Because I know Jay kind of touched on it a little bit. What should that man be doing then? Like someone like Will, who is a bit more of a comedian, that's probably his natural position anyway, but it seems like he's overdoing it. How should a man approach these situations? If you are a bit more of a comedian, how do you go about not becoming the laughing stock or becoming unserious to the women when you are dating? What should one be doing to make sure they don't come across as an unserious candidate in a sense? That's what I would like to ask. Yeah, I don't know if El Cid wants to answer that for me.
I mean, he can break the ice with a joke. It's always great to start by having a lady have a little chuckle or laugh. That breaks the ice. But you don't have to do it over and over again. It is not a set. Will was treating this, and maybe he is for the camera, like it's a comedic set. No, you are trying to date someone. So start with, what you would do in a romantic setting. And if this is it, she just gonna laugh, and then laugh at you, and then walk away. So start off with an icebreaker and then get into serious topics. Ask her about herself, because he was talking a lot, doing a lot of jokes, but he wasn't giving of himself details other than the tragedies and his marriages and divorces. But he did not gain a lot from the ladies. And he did group setting, like he said, who he has been divorced. It felt like a comedic set, like if he was at the local comedic, hotspot. But yeah, he could just start off with a joke and then ask more about the person in question.
Jay, another round?
Some of what Elsie said, but when serious questions is asked, and this is coming from a person who gets nervous, makes a joke or whatever, but will have a real talk with you in a heartbeat. Just be, all jokes aside, this is what it is for real, ladies. Like, just stop joking. That's really all you have to do, is just stop joking in the moment and just really answer the question. When you could tell a person is actually being serious and they trying to actually get to know you genuinely. And the wonderful thing what Kiera said about him is, I think it was Kiera, he's transparent and he's open. So you're willing to share your story. Just share your story. That's it. Don't feel any type of way or whatever, or feel the need that you have to fill a space with some laughter or anything. Some things don't need to be laughed about. And that's something that you might have to work on, because that might be a trauma response that you have to not being able to be comfortable enough to really talk about serious situations. But as a man, we're going to need you to talk about serious situations, especially when serious times arise. So we need you to stop with the games, be serious just enough so we can get down to business and then we can get back to joking and playing and all that other stuff.
Oh, yes, go for it, C-Way.
Yeah, I agree with Jay said. I think at a certain point you can get your jokes off. We love your jokes, but if we're having a discussion and at no point you give us anything serious, and then even the stuff that you're joking about is serious and you're taking it as a joke, like multiple marriages that only lasted a year, and you're joking about that, to me, that you're telling me that you take marriage lightly and you think marriage is a joke. It wasn't just that he was cracking up. He's cracking up about being married twice and lasting a year. So I'm thinking you don't take life seriously. So I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. That's a very serious situation and you're laughing about it. I just feel like as a man, like, it's not cute to be that unserious. You could be funny, but like, you don't want to be taken as like unserious. So yeah.
Definitely hear that. Definitely hear that as well. Definitely not taking himself seriously, and I definitely hear that. One last thing, obviously, about Will. He made a joke, obviously, and I've seen people comment in the chat as well. That was a masturbation joke, actually, in the with Sahara as well. So he has a dry sense of humor, I guess, in a sense. But I guess, coming back to that point again with not taking things seriously and not knowing the time and season for when you drop these kind of things, I guess that again highlights as once more as to why he was in the bottom as well. Anybody want to have an additional Will before we switch it? If you've got a burning addition,
Because I feel like I missed that part, and I apologize, y'all. I feel like I missed that part. What was her? Just tell me how she responded to that whole.
She kind of just laughed. You know what I'm saying? She it didn't seem like it was like mad serious, but it was just like she kind of just laughed it off a little bit. But it was a little bit. It didn't land. That's what I would say. It didn't land.
It didn't land. Okay. And did she bring it up at the end? I can't remember. Did she bring it up?
She didn't bring it at the end. But it might be come up in episode 2. We don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was gonna say, yeah, if you read a person's face and they're giving you serious and they're not falling for the laughter or whatever, they're not going into the innuendo of it all and stuff, just stop. Just stop. Because it gets creepy. And we don't really like it or whatever. Some women don't like it. You gotta be able to read the room, read the person that you're saying this to. Some people are open to it and they don't have no problem with it. Other people would take it and run with it and you'll have a whole case on you. So just be real careful on those type of jokes. That's all I can say.
Kojo, I thought it was true that he did that when she was talking about her exes and because I think they were talking about different relationships and why they didn't work out. And then he was like, "Oh, what happened with him? Did he have a chronic masturbation issue?"
Yeah, it was you quoted it correctly. It was Sahara. It was Sahara, though.
It was.
Yeah.
I swear that was. I think that was
I'll
true.
get it good for you.
Ooh, imagine if it was true. It'd have been done right there.
It was inside of the table when they were sitting down together.
I'm so confused with your answer right now. It's like,
I'm not going to say, oh, if the man I want to want kids, because that don't have nothing to do with my wants.
so you may have kids whether you have a man or.
If I get a copyright, it wasn't that conversation. It was in that conversation with Sahara. That was a conversation that they had. That you said that masturbation comment. What was the point you wanted to make, though, Sean?
No, I was just saying that even if he's talking about it, the context in which he talked about it, it wasn't well placed. It was just like he was looking for a way to talk about it. You know what I mean? It was like insert an inappropriate comment here. You know what I mean? I swear, Kojo.
Maybe he did say it. Maybe he said something else.
Because I distinctly remember him saying it to True. Now, whether he said it to Sahara, I might have missed that. But I definitely remember because they were talking about her relationships and why she wasn't having success. But nevertheless, it was the way he inserted the comment. It was super. It wasn't even like he was talking about himself. You know, he found a way to weave that in and talk about her ex. So I just really feel like that's a cringy topic. It wasn't the timing. They weren't talking about anything, sexual at all. I think that you really you got to pick your time. And especially this is a mixer. You're trying to put your best foot forward. Wrong road.
I got your clip for you. I've got your clip for you, so.
He had issues.
That's vague.
You know.
Was he a chronic masturbator? Like, shouldn't he be saving his energy for you?
Will is crazy, okay?
So he might have also said it to True too as well. So we don't know. I'm sure if I look for the clip, we might find something there as well. She definitely told him about the two divorces though. So maybe that was something that he said after that as well. Okay. And I appreciate you guys sharing that because that was good. I think it's important to also mention as well for any man. We've seen this on every season, right? We've seen this on most seasons. I mean, he's not the worst offender. To be fair, he's not as bad as some of the other offenders that we've had, but he's just really bad at the timing. But we said this before, like it's way too early to be dropping these sexual jokes with people and not reading the room. We have it every season with someone doing it. We've had it with Corey from the DC. We've had it from what's his name, the one that was flying everybody out, said he wanted to fly people out and stuff like that. He was actually touching people that was actually inappropriate.
The gentleman from Miami.
Yeah, the woman from Miami. Yeah, the French one. There just seems to be always someone on the season who just seems to. Oh, the latest episode was what's his name? I can't remember his name. The shorter guy. He was making all those jokes, and to know that this is like you're in a place where you don't really know these people, and these kind of conversations can get very, very tricky very, very quickly. You know what I mean? Like it puts women in a very difficult position when you're making these kind of jokes because of the power dynamic between the two people. You know what I'm saying to you? So you just got to be very careful and know that. This is someone said Fabrice, and just know that obviously that it's best placed when you actually know the person, right? You actually know the person. You have some level of some rapport between the person before you make those kind of jokes. You know what I mean? So if you're a man out there and you're thinking about making any more sexual jokes, please, I beg. If you don't know the person, let's leave that alone. You know what I mean? It's not cute. It's not funny. You know what I'm saying to you? It's actually a very slippery slope to go down. Okay.
Hey, Coach.
Yes.
Quick question, because I'm curious about this myself. With him, is he playing a game that he won't win? And I say that because he's divorced twice. He's coming with that on his resume. He's been divorced twice, and then the marriages didn't last more than a year. Is any woman going to trust him with just knowing that information? Is there anything he can say? Is there anything he can do to sway a woman to make her believe in him? That he's going to take her more seriously than he took the last two marriages. So that's my question. That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, story. Yeah, I mean, I think you have to have a story. Like if you have two marriages, that you have to be able to tell a story. Just like what do they tell you to do on your resume? If you have a gap in your resume, or if you had bad grades in college and you apply for something, you need to be able to explain that. I feel like two marriages that only lasted a year, you should already know that you need to be coming with some type of explanation so we understand how you ended up in that situation. And most people that I know who've been divorced multiple times or have multiple kids by multiple people, they already have their pitch that they have worked through, that they have figured it out, and they're ready to tell. I think that what was most glaring is the fact that he's laughing about it as if like, take me as I am with my two divorces that lasted a year. Like, he doesn't even seem like he even took into account that that's a problem. But I definitely feel like, there's people, look, just today, there's people willing to get with people who have a newborn, and they're willing to be pick-me's and be with a man with a newborn that will leave his family. There's women willing, but you got to give them something. I don't think he didn't give anything.
Could it be that he's trying to laugh at it so they don't dig deeper? Is he just using the laughter to hide? Because if you have them chuckling, laughing, giggling, then they're not going to ask you, well, why didn't it work out? Why, what happened with the first marriage? What happened with the second? He's just, letting it all hang out and then laugh, laugh, laugh. You're so busy laughing, you cannot turn around and ask him, deep questions.
I agree. I mean, this is Kojo's expertise, but I see a lot of folks that handle things that way. They're not processing, and they're trying to cover up with jokes, and and they really haven't thought through the situation. That's why I said the fact that he didn't have a pitch and went the jokey joke way shows me that he hasn't done the work, the processing. He's trying to cover it up. I just didn't. I'm sure he didn't think it was as obvious as it is, that he's making light of something that's very serious. So
I'm gonna go with Seaway on this. You're not processing, and it's that I'd rather laugh now than cry later, and cry later type deal. And it's just get the cry out, like just get it over with, so you can have the conversations when you need to have it. You don't have to joke. You don't have to cry in front of us. If you get to cry out by yourself and really deep down to that issue, you can have these conversations. You could talk about these things and they won't affect you as much that you have to joke and play around or whatever. And to what you were saying, Elle said, yeah, a lady that don't care or a little ditzy in the head, she gonna laugh with them and stuff like that. But a real one that's trying to actually get to know you, she gonna come back to that same question though. And when you joke again, she just gonna dismiss you altogether. So you're gonna get yourself X'd out either way it goes. So you might as well just go through the processing, do what you got to do so you can be comfortable enough to say, this what was the issue, this is what I was dealing with, this is how I dealt with it. We're good.
I just wanted to highlight, I don't think the joke was funny and I think it's inappropriate, but Life is Reality also reminded me of something that Sahara also says she gets redder than the desert as well. So it's kind of like, both of y'all are unserious at this moment because she shouldn't be making jokes like that either. Because then when dudes come at you, they're going to be thinking you just trying to get one thing.
wait, what does that mean? Redder than the desert?
Yes.
Wet.
She says she's not dry like the desert. That's all.
Exactly.
Well, I should hope she gets redder than the desert.
Right.
The hell? I should hope. Okay.
He's just trying to make a balance of, hey, they're both making suggestive jokes.
I'm sorry. I just think everything can't be the same. And yes, is that off-putting? But just like we said with Will's jokes, they don't land. It's like, my name is Sahara, but listen, and I'm not crazy about her. I know you guys covered her earlier, so I don't need to revisit that. But the point is, it's a little different because she's saying, yeah, my name is Sahara like the desert, but I'm not dry like that. We can get that. It could be off-putting, I get it, but it's just not the same. I'm sorry. It's not the same.
Well, technically, I mean, it was 2 different times, right? So Sahara does it later on, and so next week we'll find out, because when the man reacts to it, we'll see what we have to say, because it hasn't happened yet. It was actually a cut for next week, so we'll find out what happens and how the man reacts to it as well. So we'll see. I mean, personally, I don't think she should make those jokes either, but it's not the same in terms of that, again, a power dynamic, but it's definitely in the same bracket in terms of, if you're looking for a good, healthy relationship, that's not that you don't start that way, right? So there's an extra part for what I would say for Will because of the power dynamic, but I think in terms of if you're trying to find a healthy relationship, yeah, I wouldn't be looking at Sahara and going, yeah, that's what I want to do. It is different, but it's in terms of relationship, it's the same. So in terms of the gravity and the weight and the consequence of action that can happen from those things, they are different in that particular aspect, which we have to acknowledge. In terms of relationship, though, it's the same thing, and you don't want to do it because really and truly, as a man, I don't want to hear you making them kind of jokes. You know what I'm saying? You start making them jokes, I'm putting you into a category. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to think about relationship. I'm thinking about trying to smash. You know what I mean? So, but yes, I definitely acknowledge that there's a difference there as well, Sean. So fantastic. All right. Let me see. Oh, someone said she said it in the first mixer as well. She actually said it this episode. Wow, I didn't even know that. I didn't see that. If she said it in this first mixer, then boy, we can see why she's in the bottom then. Same with Will. You can't be sending things and think you're going to get away with it. People are going to be turned off. Okay, cool. So next one we're going to talk about, obviously, is our next part, which is my bad. Oh, I got kicked out, so my thing got stopped. Okay, so let me just go back into it, share screen. Sorry about that, and get back on there. We're going to talk about, and I know you guys are going to have a ball with this one. We're going to talk about Angie and Wayne. And get your perspective on this one. I know they are going to have a ball on this one. They are going to tear someone anew, as I would say. Let's go.
Like, no matter what it was, you know, it's 11 of us, so.
Damn, you have 10 siblings?
Yes, I got 6 brothers.
God.
All right. So talking about obviously Wayne and Angie, just to give you a background, Angie's one of 11 kids, and she unfortunately her fiance at the time also passed away a couple of years ago as well. I think Elsie was letting me know that she was divorced, so she was married at a point in time and she was divorced. I haven't double checked it, so I didn't double check that, but I believe you. So she was divorced as well, so that's another added issue as well. And then Wayne obviously himself professed professed how do I say this? Why is it gone out of my? The term's gone out of my head. He is a mama's boy, so he's a professed mama's boy, and you know, they said that he's very unique. They've said he's unique. A few women have actually said he's unique. Deanna said it's unique as well. So the women seem to be very open to his flavor, his style, which is quite interesting. I think his height might be playing a bit of a role, because if he was shorter, I think he would be in the bottom. I can't lie to you. I don't think he would have been saved. I don't think the Killmonger look would have worked. But hey ho, I'm always open to be wrong. What's your guys' thoughts on Wayne and Angie? Let's go with Angie first. We can break her down. How did you find Angie? Because she obviously let Will know that. No, Will. She let Wayne know that she thought he was attractive and it was her type and everything as well. So, what's your thoughts to Angie and her perspective? Sean, you are smiling a little bit too hard for me. I want you to go.
I'm laughing because I was literally just looking up Michael B. Jordan's character in Black Panther. Just as I got to Killmonger, you said it. So I was dying because I was like, yeah, old boy definitely looked like his character. I couldn't unsee it. Once I saw that, I couldn't unsee it. That's all I really have to add because I wasn't fully paying attention during their scene. Sorry.
No worries at all. We'll move over from Killmonger and move to somewhere else. Black, talk to me.
Yeah. So with Angie, the one thing that stands out to Angie is she had her fiance end up passing, which was horrible, I'm sure. But she spoke so highly of him in the back channel thing they do. Spoke so highly of him. But the thing I really hope is that I don't think I heard her say it, but I don't think that that's something that she needs to say up front. The reason why I say that is because some men can really take that as forever walking in someone's shadow, especially if she speaks so highly of him. It's going to be a comparison game that goes on in the beginning stage of the relationship. And I just don't think it's a good look for her to do that. But that's her past, that's her life. So she has the right to speak on it, but just not as early. So that's one thing that stuck out me with Angie. She seems cool. Otherwise, taking it step by step, she said that she's into him. I don't know, Coach, you got to correct me if I'm wrong, but is Wayne the one that was told that, did Angie tell Wayne that I like you? He said thank you. Was it him that did that? Yeah, okay. So I didn't get that. I don't understand that. A woman tells you that she likes you, she's into you, and your response is thank you. Usually the counter is, why, hey, I'm into you too. Or, but they said they exchanged numbers, so I guess all is well. But just the way he said thank you was kind of like off-putting to the point of like, that's not how you interact with someone who you're also attracted to. That stuck out to me.
Appreciate
Corey, that's what happened. Yeah. I think it's the same thing when a girl says she loves you and you say thank you. Or you say, oh, that's so sweet.
What do you want? But I'm just going to say thank you.
Love me. And I looked at her and I was like, oh, man, that's so sweet. She looked at me.
Right, like how is her argument? Did you get her number just because of this? Like, no, you don't do that. It's crazy. It just felt weird. It was cringe.
I definitely hear that. Phil?
I liked Angie. She had a good personality, but your mama wasn't letting your daddy leave with her with 11 kids by herself. Like, nah, it's too many of y'all. Like, nah, that's like the D'Ericos. What y'all getting a divorce for after all these children? Y'all wilding. I did like Angie. She had a good personality. She seems fun. I guess it may be a Philly thing. Like they be claiming their territory already. Like you mine. Like we go together real bad. Like it was kind of, too soon, too quick, too fast. Because a couple of them said that. But I did like Angie. Somebody said Wayne got the bang yang. I died in the chat. I don't know, the whole mama's boy thing. Maybe he love his mama. I'm glad he love his mama. Hopefully his mama showed him how to treat a lady, So hopefully that's not a red flag. But, it's kind of good to hear somebody say something good about their mother. I wish more Black men can say good things about their father. I want to hear more Black men say, like, my dad is my best friend and my dad showed me X, Y, and Z. Not to take anything away from the ladies at all, because clearly he loves his mom. But I do want more Black men, when they talk about a parent, we talk about our fathers in a positive light. So Black men, we need to be more positive fathers.
That's a good point. Let's get to the ladies. Another round. Talk to me.
I'm
What's
gonna
your thoughts on
piggyback
this,
off
man?
I'm gonna piggyback off of what Phil said, but go a different direction on this. When I hear you say I'm a mama's boy, I think of your mama about to be all up in our business. Your mama about to be like the mama off of Think Like a Man. His mama, Miss Loretta. You know what I'm saying? Miss Lorraine, that's what she gonna be like. That's what I think about when you say that, because generally most boys are mama's boys if they have their mom in their life and they don't have their daddy. That's almost a given. You don't have to announce that. I can tell by the way you interact a lot of times or talk about your mama if you're a mama's boy or not. You don't have to announce that I'm a mama's boy. That's pretty much a given. So for me, it's like your mama about to be too much in our business. Do you have like walls and boundaries up in place for your mama not to be overstepping your life and your decisions or whatever? Or do you have to go to your mama every time you make a decision or whatnot? So you announcing it means that your mama is a big, major factor in your life. And I'm gonna have to go and please your mama just to get to you. It might be too much work for me. Though I get everybody's mama, but that's neither here nor there. That's just me.
Okay, Jay, I got one question for you. Is it a difference when women want men to be like their fathers? Like my daddy does this for me. My daddy.
That too is weird. It's not different. That too is weird. Like I love my daddy. I'm a daddy's girl, but I don't want you to be like my daddy. I don't think about doing crazy things with my daddy. Like no. I need the boundary. There needs to be a boundary. I'm not going to my daddy to ask permission to kiss you or do any of these things. I'm not doing none of that. So I would like characteristics of my dad in certain areas, yes. But do I want a man like my daddy? No. That's weird to me too when women say that. Like, I want you to be like my daddy. What? No. Ew.
Definitely hear you on that, Jay. Go on, yeah, Sean. You want to say something? Go for it.
Oh, it just, I always got some type of song reference. What's that song? Is it Twister? Calling me daddy. I don't mind. You can call me daddy. I like that you have a good relationship. I love it when a woman has a good relationship with her father. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, if we talking about this is are we on Angie or Kiara? Because I know Kiara.
Angie.
Oh, okay.
Angie.
Right, because Kiara was the one carrying on about being a princess. That can get a little semi-problematic depending on how far she carries that narrative out. But Angie, I mean, if he want to be a mama's boy, let him be a mama's boy. It can get annoying, and I think it's something that women do need to look out for, because some of those relationships that men have with their mothers, the mothers can be overbearing, and they do treat their sons like a husband, and it gets to be a lot.
I think some men say they're mama's boys just to get a certain reaction from women, because there are women out there who do like men who love their moms, because they transition that over to them. Okay, he take care of his mom, he's gonna take care of me. So I get that. So I think him using the term mama's boy in that sense is what he was trying to give off from that. It could be a possibility, I'm not sure. But I just think something, you don't do that. It's nothing to gain from telling anyone that you're a mama's boy. So I don't even know why men even volunteer the information. If you have a good relationship with your mother, it's okay. That's great. But to say you're a mama's boy, it just doesn't get you anywhere, in my opinion.
Definitely hearing that. See why?
I don't have much of an opinion.
You don't have much opinion on a mama's boy?
Mm-mm.
That's the first time I hear that. Damn. There must be something in that cup.
I mean, not that what hasn't already been said.
I'm just surprised. See, wait.
Really?
This season, because it's real season, you ain't gonna say about the mama's boy?
I don't think we all have to have an opinion on everything. I think moving forward, like if you don't have an opinion, it's okay.
Damn.
But mama's boys aren't attracted to me because I don't give that. So I don't have any trauma or issue or whatever with mama's boys because mama's boys are not interested in me. So I never even had to deal with that. So that's probably like, I don't give like, oh, can I make you a plate? Like, I don't give that. So I don't have those type of dudes never like enter my sphere. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. So what about Angie and her, being so forward and telling him that he's her type? Is that do you agree with that?
Oh, that I got an opinion on.
Oh, thank God we got started on Seaway. I started to think that we're losing you. I thought the spread had ended to Eastern. That's why you ain't gonna get it back. But come on, we won't hear what you're
Where is my friend?
I don't even know no more. He lost somewhere.
Yeah, I was very turned off by that. I need women. I don't know what book women are reading where they feel like they need to take the lead, that they got to tell men that they handsome first, tell men that they interested first. I just don't know when women started doing this. Like there was like 2 women on this show that did this. And I'm just like, why are we doing this? Let him be the man. Let him tell you that he's interested first. Why are you so thirsty? Jumping to the gun, talk about, I think you're attractive. Just want to let you know. Thirsty. And then when the man isn't leading later, they want to complain. Why should he lead? You the one who told him out the gate. The date ain't even half over that he's cute. Thirsty. I just need us to stop. But there's a whole group of women who be a part of this shoot your shot movement. I don't subscribe to that. I never have. She seems like she's a part of the shoot your shot movement.
Definitely.
Is that what you wanted from me, Kojo? I mean, I can't deal with the thirstiness or whatever. We're really making it so that men want to be courted, and then we get on here and talk about the men are sassy. They want to be courted. You're courting them. You're courting them unprovoked.
I mean, I don't mind being courted. Just kidding. Yes, I'll say go for it. And then Black.
I think we're kind of glossing over Angie. I mean, we're glossing over her.
To us.
Angie snatched that bouquet. She snatched it. I mean, she dragged. If it wasn't a dry bouquet, it would be gone. Angie also stated that she had so many brothers. And then he said, oh, it's a task force to get to you. And he looked away from her. He doesn't want to put in that effort to go up against her brothers. He knows what it is. But to be on his side a little bit, he did say he is close to both parents. He has both parents. He said that. But he's closer with his mother. So I think it's not a matter of he was only raised or only is a mama's boy. He just says he is closer to his mother, and he gives his success in business and other things, gives the grace to his mother because she kind of pushed him, if we go back to it. But, okay, in real life, no. Angie should not be telling him, but she said, I'm attracted to you. She did say, you pique my interest, basically. But we ain't ready to love. Yes, it is. She should wait till she sees all 10, but it is an accelerated process. She shouldn't put all her eggs into the Killmonger basket, okay? So the thing is, I don't think he's going to put forth the effort. He was already looking away when she said that. So I was like, yeah, Angie, you need to look elsewhere because he definitely doesn't want to put forth the effort to, you know, come correct. As he said, you got to come correct when you come to Angie because she got a task force of brothers. That is what I heard. He don't want to put forth the effort.
Well, I mean, I'm more concerned when people tell me they hate their mama than when they a mama's boy. When you get to telling me that you be beefing with your mama, that's when I head out. So you love your mama, and that ain't a problem to me until it's a problem. You know, I think dudes who love their mothers, you know, great for me. Now if you tell me that you beefing with your mama, you don't speak to your mama, 9 times out of 10, I'm not sticking around to figure out why. It could be her fault. I'm just not sticking around to figure out why, personally. So.
All right. I appreciate that. Okay. Less said on the better. Anyone else got any additions on them and on Angie? And yes, you got some. Go for it, Black. Go for it. Sorry.
Yeah. So I want to talk to Seaway. Seaway, I need you to do a master class on just how is a woman supposed to, how is a woman supposed to tell a man that she's interested in him without him doing too much? Because I hear often that women get tired of men approaching them and they don't send for them. So much is like saying, hey, what will make you think that I'm attracted to you? So is it okay for a woman to give a hint? I mean, all she said was that she finds him attractive. So I didn't see anything wrong with that. I don't think she should do much more than that. But saying that you're attracted to someone or saying that you're interested in someone is not as big of a deal as it could be. So I just want to know from you. How would you let a man know you're interested without saying it that way?
Let me take your first thing about women saying that they don't want to be approached. I do think there's been a small percentage of loud women that has said that very loudly. And so a lot of men feel like it's not okay to approach. I have never said that out loud. If I don't want to talk, I keep it moving. And that's just how it's been. I've never said like, oh, Dusty Feet, please don't bother me. Like if I'm trying to get away from you, I just keep it moving. But I've always enjoyed, you know, prior to me being married, you know, like people, you could come up and talk to me. And the way I show I'm interested, if I engage in the conversation, if I keep talking to you, I ask you questions about you, I show interest, I'm smiling, you know, like good posture, good demeanor. You know, if you ask me for your number and my number and I'm like, yeah, sure. And I show interest. I'm not cutting you off. I'm not sending you off. That's how we show interest. I feel like that's how women have always shown interest. I think men should approach more nowadays to women who have sense. Now, that doesn't mean, now I have heard women say, don't approach me in the gym. I've heard that. And that's for a particular reason. But that doesn't stop you from approaching her when her workout is over. Go and approach her when she's heading out the gym. Go talk to her. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I think you show interest. The issue is not that she said that he was attractive. It was like we were 5 seconds into the first episode of Ready to Love. And before he can even get out what he thought of her, she was already leading that interaction. And I just think you guys are the men, not me, you know, with the exception of Jay and El Cid. But I just found that men like to be able to do the chasing. And when you take that from them, they seem to be very disinterested after that. So just from my perspective.
Oh, don't get me wrong, Celia. I wasn't necessarily disagreeing with you. That was more like an alley-oop. I wanted you to just continue to talk about the other half of that. So women who do, you know, shoot their shot, saying, okay, don't shoot your shot directly like that, but this is an alternative way of doing so. Appreciate you doing that. Yep.
No problem.
So
mature responses. Go for it.
So I don't think she was being thirsty, so to speak. I think she was just interested. And I think from the interviews that we heard, they tell them to show interest very rarely quickly, if I'm remembering correctly. And I think what she did versus what Wayne did, Wayne kept in his mind, it's 5 other women coming. So I'm going to keep my options open. I'm going to keep you because I think you cute. and it could be, you know, a vibe or whatever. But I think they do tell them like, hey, if someone piques your interest, like let them know quickly. You know what I mean? I don't want to say she was thirsty, but I just think as far as Wayne, he was probably thinking, man, I'm about to see who else here. You know, she cool, but you know, it's 5 more women. Somebody maybe even better.
I don't care what they say, Phil. I'm not telling a man out the gate that he's attractive before if I even know if he thinks I look like a foot or not. I'm just not doing it.
Okay.
See, wait, I busted out laughing so hard when you said that, yo.
I just it just depends on your personality and what you can handle too. Okay. You do have to understand, if you're going to approach the man, the chances are you're going to be rejected. There's a chance of it. Okay. There's a chance of it. You got to just understand that I love you. You might get that, oh, that's nice back response. So proceed with caution. If you're going to do it, you know, like me, I'll shoot my shot. I'll shoot from all the way from the other side of the court. I don't give a if I miss or not. That's just me. But that's not every woman. I have a different thing because I really don't care. I'm just going to put it out there. It's like, if you choose me, you choose me. You don't. I just want you to know I find you attractive. Carry on with your day. Have a nice day. Goodbye. I might not even really want to talk to you. I just want you to know you are attractive. You're a good looking man. Go on about your day, please. Thank you. Okay. Have a nice day. Go find some other woman to harass. That's it. So just know who you are and what you can handle, because the chances are you might not get, if you're really interested in that person, you might not get the response you're looking for. So you may want to play coy. You may want to sit back and relax and wait, like C-Way say, and find out if he even have an attraction with you first. Or, you know, shoot your air balls. You wasn't in the gym with him, you know.
Following in that vein, I have a question for the gentleman. Oh, exactly what Jay said. Do you mind a lady just coming and saying, hey, you look handsome today?
Yeah, that's fine with me. I take what Jay said to heart too, because just because a woman says that I'm attractive doesn't mean that I want her. Doesn't mean that I'm going to pursue. Because what I get a lot of is, you smell good. I'll be honest with you. That's what I get the most. Hey, you smell good. That's not an opening for me to say, hey, what's your name? What's your number? I'm good. I don't have to talk to anyone because of that. I'm perfectly fine where I'm at. But I do know that is something that happens, though. Just because someone gives you a compliment does not mean that they want you. They just want to give you a compliment. So I'm cool with it.
And Corey, that's us as an aggressor. That's our entry. Oh, you smell good. That's our opening line.
I don't do hints. So yeah.
we're merging. It's okay to compliment a man. You know, we compliment men all the time. That's not shooting your shot. A woman will compliment. We compliment people just as a matter of course. We're gonna compliment you. You know, like yo this, like yo that. I see you this, I see you that. That's what we do. But that doesn't. If I'm coming up to you saying I find you attractive, I'm trying to say something to you. That's completely different. I'm trying to let you know that I'm interested. Which like Jay said, if you cool with that, if you cool with getting shot down, you gonna take your licking and keep on ticking, then fine. But if you're gonna be sensitive and be mad because he ain't interested in you, then don't do that. Don't do it.
No, what Jay and L said won't tell you, okay, is that these are two coquettes, okay? Don't play with them, okay? They ain't telling you the full truth. See, that's what they do. They're gonna sell you on, and you gonna bite, and you gonna find out that it disappeared. So, but listen, all jokes aside, no, that's actually not a joke. That's being generally serious. They're coquettes.
What's a coquette?
Look it up. It's an art seduction technique. It's hot and cold. That's why Jay and Nelson can do that, because they have an ability to detach that you can't do it if you can attach. You're not supposed to approach a man and do that and shoot your shot. Do not shoot your shot if you're somebody that gets attached easy. You will die an early death.
Yeah.
It's most likely 9 times out of 10 you chose the wrong person.
Oh, that's that Aries Leo. They play games. You don't play games. We're straight shooting.
C-Way, I wasn't even gonna say it.
I was just gonna say we don't play games. What you
they play the biggest games. Sagittarius play the biggest games all day. That's a game right now. She playing. The game she playing right now.
See,
But no,
Ray,
Not-
don't make
you gotta
don't make
say-
us expose you on these YouTube streets because we're friends in real life. So don't
no,
don't put our friendship
Yeah,
to the
probably
test, please.
no.
What-
But no, I'm
I
not
have no
gonna hold
idea.
you. Yeah, Kojo's right. Kojo's right for me. I don't know about LC. Kojo's right for me because a lot of times I will just, you a fun time. That's how I approach the situation.
That is do stuff for the plot. We ain't playing games.
That's the point. That's your heart gonna get broken.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
we,
I'm trying to
but we
say.
don't do stuff for the plot with people we like. We would never do it for the plot if we like them.
I do it with the,
things
if
for
I like.
the
I
plot,
catch you.
we
If
go
I
for it.
catch you and I like you, I might keep you.
See, that's
Wait
what
a
I'm saying.
minute.
She like a damn Pokemon. That's what's gonna happen to you.
Not a Pokemon.
She gonna catch
Good
them all.
luck
That's what's
trying
gonna
to
happen
get
to you.
caught by Jay. That's like not gonna happen. That is such a windy road, fellas.
Wait a minute.
I've
not
seen it
trying
up
to
close and
throw hate,
personal.
but
That's
don't-
not. Don't fall for it.
Don't try to
She
get
gonna
caught
have you
by
twist
her.
like a pretzel.
We have a
That's
Sagittarius
what's
on the. We
Be
have
hiding
a
in the
Sag.
bushes, literally.
We have a Sag on the cast that is playing games now. Come on now.
Who's
He's
that?
just first of all, Ben Sages are different. They're diabolical. I don't recommend. I do not recommend.
Akiche is a Sag, we found out.
Oh,
Akiche, whatever his
yeah.
name is.
It's given.
His issues are beyond the zodiacs. So
Miss
Yeah, it looks like it's part of the zodiac.
there's nothing. His issues are beyond astrology. All right. So
Yeah,
can
he's
be
beyond the
whatever he-
stars.
Yeah, he's like to the stars and beyond that. He got too much going on.
To
So whatever
infinity
he
and
wanted to
beyond.
be, well, he could be a Capricorn, a zodiac. It don't. It
Ev-
doesn't
every-
Capricorn.
Every other Sag got a caveat for Seaway. Every other Sag.
but for
No,
him,
It's
but
not
me.
even a caveat. She has denounced the astrology of it all for Ike.
beyond that, it don't answer everything.
Shout out to Kia. She says, I missed this panel for the show real bad. Love. Shout out to Kia as well.
Thank you.
We've missed the fun as well. So shout out to you as well. It's been missed as well. Don't forget to send, if you want to send some PayPals to these people or some, sorry, I should say, what are we on? Zemo, Venmo? What are we on Venmo now? You ain't Cash Out still there for you lot? Because
We
definitely there for us.
Venmo.
Yeah, we don't really support them
Cash
too tough. They be
I don't
playing
like
games,
that song.
making
Cash App.
Oh, Venmo playing games.
1099s. They shut people's accounts down. They just
Damn.
Cash App or Venmo?
No, Cash App.
Oh yeah, we don't support Cash App. Cash
Yeah.
App, mine. I don't play with them.
Yeah, Cash
Yeah,
Out went mad, man. Damn.
What's this sweatshirt, by the way? Is this a new sponsorship?
No, I got it from Ghana, man. They gave it to me when I went to
Oh.
the British High Commission. They gave me the hoodie, and I've been wearing it. It's very nice fitting. I can't lie to you, and it just feels so nice in the winter. So I ended up wearing it. But you know, some free promo for them. Shout out to them. So if you want to send some money to
reach
Africa,
out, send them a little email.
for at
I
this point,
support Africa. I be getting all of my African net sponges straight from Africa. I do want to say
the net sponge is an exfoliating thing. It works.
it is
Skin be
amazing.
smooth after.
If you don't have an
Telling you.
African net sponge, I
Trust
will
me.
send you a link. So and it is directly helping a small business in Africa. They're on TikTok Shop, and I think they probably sell regular. I don't know. I love an African net sponge. It's
It
amazing.
works. I can't lie to you. It works a treat. You know what
Do
I
you
mean?
have one,
You never
Kojo?
think- Oh, absolutely. I got 2 or 3.
That means you
Well,
clean. Your back scrubbed. You ain't got no type
Scrub
of nothing.
that
You
clean.
exfoliate.
You know what I'm saying, Chi? You know me.
Don't
Hey, man,
don't
you gotta
don't
have
help
smooth
him
skin.
dodge.
Y'all
Don't
message me
help
on
him dodge my
Instagram.
question.
I'll send it to you.
Don't help him, Sean, or Phil dodge my question.
Elsie, what was the question again?
Yeah, the question was a lady approaching you, telling you handsome, or in
Oh.
Corey's case as well, you smell good. Is that
Oh, listen, I
okay?
don't
Do
mind
you
that.
welcome that?
Oh, I welcome that. Listen, I welcome it. You know what I'm saying to you? So long as you give me room to move. Like, don't tell me I smell good, I look good, I'm looking scrumdiddlyicious, and then like, what's your number? Don't do that to me, okay? Now you stepping over to my side, and I don't like that. You know what I'm saying to you? I feel like you're about to wear the pants. I feel like you're about to grab me by the balls at this point. So I just need you just to be able to say, listen, entry point, you know, you smell good, you look good, and allow me just to be able to converse with you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let me take the reins. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you came over. You know, you broke a bit of that thing that I didn't even know. So it's cool. I have no problem with that. You know, people enter the DMs and say those kind of things and stuff like that. And actually, to be fair, I won't mention the person's name. The other day, something happened. A girl actually entered my DMs, right? And you know, she said like, oh, I like you. You're a very funny, friendly kind of person. Da 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 da. Want to get to know me? Da da da. I was like, ah, cool. But then she ended up asking for my number. Da da da. And I was like, I. Okay, we gotta shut this down. Okay, all right, we gotta shut this down. Just let her know. Listen, hey, you're a beautiful girl, but listen, next time when you enter someone's DMs, just tell me my work is good and let me see if I'm gonna progress the conversation, or tell me something, but don't progress the conversation. Let me have some room to maneuver back with you. Otherwise, you've taken over the role. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So yeah, I just think it's a case of just being able to balance it. What about you, Sean? You know, you don't mind if they come up in there and stroke that beard of yours?
Take it easy.
Yes, Daddy.
Yeah, out of control. Out of control, bro. No bueno. No, I don't mind the you smell. Actually, I love it when a woman tells me I smell good, because it gives me affirmation that I'm doing something right. You know, I wear cologne so that I can get a compliment. And, you know, I spend, you know, a little bit of money on it. So if you give me a compliment, it just is validation and I'm going to appreciate it. And typically I'm going to return the compliment, you know. The DMs can get a little tricky. When I first started, I had to learn, Kojo, how to navigate, because when I first started, I was in a full-blown relationship before I even knew. And then some woman accused me of wasting her time. Meanwhile, she was in a whole nother continent. I'm like, what? How am I wasting your time? She got so pissed at me. I'm like, I'm sorry. What did I miss? So now I'm very avoidant. In real life, I'm not avoidant. In the DMs, I am. I'm very avoidant. I might leave you on red. I might not. It depends on what you say. You know, it's really hit or miss, you know. But I'm usually not going to educate. I don't do that anymore. I'm just going to not respond. I'm going to ghost you. If you say something and it annoys me, I'm just going to leave you on red, or I'm going to unfollow you. I might just low-key block you. Depends on how much you've annoyed me. So
they say block. They say if a man blocks somebody, he's sassy. They say that's very sassy. You're not. that is low-key.
Hey.
Oh, I got some sassy exes then.
I got some sassy for your ass.
I blocked a lot of people. I was like, oh,
that doesn't count. No, that doesn't count.
I blocked them. I unfollowed them. You know, relationship wise, I don't typically do that. Like if I know you in real life, I don't waste time blocking you. You know, if we ever were together, I don't block anybody. I have every woman I've ever been with is saved in my phone. Like I don't waste energy on it, and nobody is calling me unnecessarily or vice versa. I don't have energy for it in a situation. But if you're just an internet person, you might get blocked because I just don't want to be bothered, and I don't want you to see what I'm doing, or if I post something, I don't want it to pique your interest. But that's rare, but I have done it.
I will say it's a sign of good character if like none of your exes have you blocked and you know you guys can still communicate. Like I think that's really a sign of it. It shows that you don't burn the house down every time you leave a relationship, because it's not necessary. You don't have to end things like that, you know. I know people don't realize that. They feel like they have to burn the house down every time, and you don't. So
you definitely might have to burn the house down.
AW,
I'm just burning the bridge.
This is you be burning down. This is the 50 like that stick thingy. You be burning houses down, Kojo.
They go nuclear with Kojo.
Whole continents.
Kojo loves conversations, but then come to him, he's gonna be passive aggressive.
I'm gonna burn that place down. Oh, great question. I love that as well. All right, let's move on from Angie and to Wayne, because clearly we have spoken well about them as well. Let's move to another set of people who also has some interesting conversation. First and foremost, let's talk about True, because she got into a conversation with Jay as well, and it turned a little bit interesting with Jay. Actually, no. Let's do Eddie first, because I think there's less to say about it. I want to do True after, because I know you're not gonna have some strong opinions. Let's do Eddie because I think it'll be probably a shorter one. maybe he might not be. I don't know how the ladies how they feel about him. Let's go about Eddie and his shenanigans.
Eddie is definitely my ideal type. Tall, handsome, clean nails. Oh my God, you gotta have clean nails. Are you from Philly?
Born and raised.
All right, so we've got Eddie, who is, I would like to say, you know, the handsome brother on this show. I think, you know, out of all the cast seasons, I think he's giving Mark Anthony a run for his money. I think he trumps, personally, I think he trumps Mark Anthony, but I'm not a woman, so what do I know? Ladies, what would you say? Would you say that this is the beautifulest man on the show that's been so far? Or, you know, because of all the 10 seasons, he seems to be quite the catch. Seaway?
For me, I think he does trump Mark Anthony.
Jeez, and I knew how you'd run half of my companies. That's a compliment.
He trumps. This is a beautiful man. This and he's giving mature. He's not giving little dog. He's giving big dog. He's a beautiful man, for sure.
Jay, what's your thoughts on this? Is this the big dog?
Wait, ask the question. What's the question again? Sorry. We talking about Eddie? If Eddie is what?
Eddie, yeah. Sorry, I was saying about Eddie, and you know, is he the finest man that's been on Ready to Love out of all the 10 seasons? Would you say?
You know, beauty is subjective to the eye of the beholder.
That's good. That's a good
he
point.
is a nice looking man. I'm not gonna hold him. He is very nice looking. I can't tell off the TV. You know, people be looking different in person. You know, the TV might fool me. He might not be as attractive in person. There been some people that has been more attractive in person than they were on TV. So,
like who, Jay?
I can't say, you know what I'm saying? But I can't recall right now. It's been a while since I see these people. No, and we both agree who on one person, Seaway. Phil is a lot more attractive in person.
Oh yeah, he definitely is. Definitely
than he is on the show. So
the camera didn't do him. The camera on Ready to Love doesn't do a lot of people justice. There's so many people who
That's
are
very true.
Stunning in real life, like
It's
stunning.
very true.
And you can't even see it. So it's true.
It's very true. That's a good point. After meeting them, you're absolutely right. Elle said you're the last person for the ladies. You know, I don't want Mr. L said to take you out, but you know.
No, he's probably watching right now. But yes, Eddie is. Yeah. Eddie is handsome, but again, I side eye. He is handsome for this season. He's not the handsomest man on Ready to Love to me and my taste and my beholding eye.
Who is El Cid?
I'm sorry, we're not gonna go there. But
the wacky one from
I will
with Vanessa. Oh, Chad. Is that Chad?
I will whisper it to Mr. El Cid later. So
he don't want to know.
Oh, he'll want to know. After hearing this, he's like, "Oh, who is it?" and show me a picture. So, what I will side eye when a man is this attractive and aesthetically pleasing, and you are here and not in a committed relationship, I have more questions. Because the thing is, on the show too, all the ladies are coming, you know, at him saying how attractive he is. You know, you gonna have more competition to deal with. So how are you gonna handle that? So, and I don't want everybody walking around trying to get a foot rub like Miss Kiera was trying to get from him, getting a foot rub and all that stuff. They're gonna be coming at him. So, yeah, he wouldn't be my pick, but he is a handsome man.
It's gonna be
fellas, do we get to go?
Of course.
We get to say who's the best?
We are good with our sexuality around here.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Go lead us up, Coach.
No, listen. I think he's a handsome brother. I think if I'm talking about in terms of the way he looks, he's tall. He seems like he's got a nice, athletic build. He's got a little bit of tattoo, not something crazy. You know what I'm saying to you? The beard is good. You know what I'm saying? The hair's good. You know what I'm saying? Good teeth, good face. You know what I'm saying to you? Brother is looking good. And with the height, that's what tops it off for me. You know what I mean? Him and Mark Anthony was going to be tie and tie, but because of the height, he's going to beat Mark Anthony just for that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you know how the ladies are with the height situation. You know what I'm saying to you? So for me, and he seems grounded. That's the only thing. He seems great grounded. He seems very mature. That's another extra point. Come on.
No, Coach, I was saying who is the best looking woman woman on Ready to Love? That's what I want to hear from the fellas. I want to hear with the other side of the coin. I want to hear who you got up there.
You didn't say that. You didn't say that. You didn't flip it. You said if you fellas will have a go. So I mean,
yeah,
that could be a go with talking to Eddie. Come on now. Wait a minute.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
So Black. Let me ask you directly: is Eddie a handsome man in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely tell what women will go for. You know, when I look at a guy, what women will be, be attracted to. I can see that. Yeah, definitely.
Sean,
what are you asking me? Oh, about Eddie? Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
Fantastic. Now back to your question, Black. What was the question you wanted to ask about the ladies?
Yeah, we get our chance as well. Who is the best looking woman in Ready to Love history so far?
Ooh. That is a tough question, you know. I can't lie, just a tough. The specimens have been very, very, very top notch. I can't lie to you.
You can't pick one. There's
yeah, and I mean, it adds another layer because you've met a lot of them. We've met a good chunk of them. It's really hard to say because there's been some baddies.
There have been some.
And then there's some ones that have stressed us out, and that's probably made us like them even more. Some of them have blocked us. Some of us were blocked.
I'm still blocked.
I went to check after watching this episode. I was like, oh, maybe I'm not blocked. Nope, I'm still blocked.
It's still blocked.
Okay, I got you.
Body, no, body's easy. Body, there's only one.
Come on, Phil.
Okay.
But there's only one?
But a body?
What, women or men?
Women.
Only one?
You know who I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, listen.
Hey, now.
She's talking about that brunch. She's talking about the brunch in DC. Woo!
Body is body is easy to me. Now I don't know about everybody.
I forgot about that. I did forget about that.
Yeah, I mean that was about it. I don't know. I mean, listen. I mean, there's again. I think it's a tough choice again because there's so many people that, that look good. You know what I'm saying? That look good. That's what I'm trying to say. That, you know what I mean? So I don't even know if I can make a choice right now. You know what I'm saying? Even like right now, Diona for me right now is exquisite, top notch.
Okay, my top two. Tasia from DC. I love Tasia.
She is stunning in person. I cannot lie. Like the cameras.
I was just about to say I have like a top 5 crushes, and she's in there.
Tasia and another baddie, Camille. I thought Camille was bad. That body
Camille is bad in person. Even her face, in these. Let me say it. Sorry. Say less. Say less.
Yeah. In DC, I forgot that Cornelius was there. I really did. And you see he won because they're married today, right? But I did forget that he was there for a second. I low-key forgot that he was there.
Camille's a baddie. I can't even lie to you.
I was talking about Carmen. I was talking about Carmen's body.
Oh, we know Carmen. Carmen look good. I can't in person.
Carmen's body is T. When I tell you it's T, I was talking about Carmen.
But I like I said, I love my people. Still love my Ashley from season 2.
So many women are so pretty. I couldn't pick one, to be honest.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. It's hard. It's hard. You know what I mean? It's hard to choose.
Sabrina, the Topaz.
Very pretty.
She is very pretty. In person, Sabrina Topaz, dope energy too. Like I'm an aura kind of person. That's why Tasia's top 3. Her aura in person is like
vibes.
It's captivating.
We saw in DC. Yeah. That's what we saw in DC.
Yeah. A few times we ran into her.
So y'all are proving a point that y'all have a plethora to choose from. Okay? Y'all have a plethora. And we have to scurry around to find a few. I'm just saying, Ready to Love casting, doing the
love the way
ladies
you
a
flipped
disservice.
I think you need to flip it again though, because it could be that the men are actually more open to different types of beauty, and that's why we have so many. And the fact that you're very specific in the way you see things, just another side of the coin.
Are you giving me semantics? Because we did not
No.
narrow it down to a specific type. We didn't do that.
No, I'm saying
Okay.
that you may be a little bit narrow in what you're considering to be good looking for you. So it seems like
Really?
there's less. Could be.
Really?
I mean, I can't judge. I'm not the one that looks at men. I look at women. So I'm not sure. I mean, you're one saying that's a bit narrow. I'm saying that, you know what? The reason why we have so much attraction.
The ladies in the chat, and the ladies here, we were trying to find. We did not say there are many men in the cast. Like y'all say, there are so many women that it's hard to really narrow it down. We don't have that statement. There's so many men. We need to narrow it down. So again, the chat here, we were looking for. You didn't say beauty is in the eye of the beholder with the ladies. Yeah. So I'm just saying, casting. You know, the ladies are asking for, you know, just a different plethora of men.
Well, I mean, I think this is why it's important. I see where, and Sean have been teaching us, it's important also not to compare. Because, you know, we understand that when it comes to the look aspect and comparison, it's a bit more difficult, right? First and foremost, we know how women even treat men who even look pretty and look to their level. So we know it doesn't work exactly the same way. You know what I mean? So, you know, we understand that you may see things a little bit more differently. You know what I'm saying? And what you may consider. That I've heard so many, you know, from the ladies as well. You know, it's not just the looks that makes a man attractive. So, you know, I'm taking in what you guys are saying, like ChatGTP would do, and I'm really applying the information.
You're being cheeky.
Huh?
You're being cheeky right now.
You're being funny, but there's nothing wrong with what you said. We've been saying that. I know you guys are stuck on this comparison. Y'all got a comparison demon in y'all. And comparison is the thief of joy. I mean, we're two different genders for a reason. So no. My issue is not that they supply average men to Ready to Love. My issue is that they supply broke men with no jobs to Ready to Love. That is my issue. You could be average looking, but I need you to have a job. You know what I mean? I need you to be you know, at least ready to love. You know, cut down on the men with 5 baby mamas, 4 kids, things like that. If they look okay, great. But I think people can get past that.
And again, like the women tell us, they grow in attraction, right? So
Exactly.
they grow in attraction. So for us, men, we're visual. So in order for us to take the next step, we need to first be visually attracted. Where women, it can grow. They can see you and not 100% be into it. But then as time goes on, they're growing. Our wallets help them grow. You know, our personalities help them grow in attraction.
A
So
secure
all
job,
these things
as
can
Kiera
help
said.
us.
Money make y'all sexy as heck. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. That
Thank you
thing
very
does
much.
a lot for y'all.
Thank you.
Because bands will make her dance. Okay.
A good haircut, a good job, a good 401k, some good benefits.
Hey, get that lineup. Seaway ain't playing on that lineup. Y'all know how y'all feel when y'all get that haircut.
Get that beard trim, get that 401k.
Get it moisturized. Get it all oiled up.
And
Okay,
that's exactly
so-
why the thing is not so broad for women. You see, that's why it's so narrow at first. Because see how you guys are considering all the different options that are making it more attractive. We're not thinking about those options. You have to look good from the jump. We're not asking if you've got a 410k or if you're okay. We're just looking at you straight and going, this is what we find attractive.
Why would
know
you
what I
ask
mean?
about
But
my
for ladies,
finances? It's giving 50-50 warrior.
He said,
there you dare. There you dare, Jay. Get your ass out of here, Jay.
See where that converted me?
no, Kojo's not being a 50-50 warrior anymore.
I need Jay to
He's being a 70-30 warrior. That's what he said he is. He's not a 50-50 warrior.
Okay, I got 2 more baddies to add to my list.
Who you adding?
Point proven. Thanks, man.
I got 2 more baddies. The first Joy with the big hair. And what was my boo from Dallas? Chocolate. Quiet. Soft-spoken. Nice girl. She was.
Oh, the AKA. I know you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Lee.
her name just skipped my
Yes.
head. She was friends with
Yes.
Aries.
Baddie. I
She
think
was
that's
friends
probably.
with
I would
Aries.
say
What's
if I
her
was saying
name?
anybody, that's number one. I can't lie to you. That
Who are we
was
talking about?
Oh,
Lee is stunning.
Lee.
Leo.
Lee.
Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lee.
Number freaking one for me.
Oh, the one that was acting like wasn't nothing when she was the baddest on the show.
Yes.
Lee was
Skin
Lee
tone,
was a
face,
baddie,
body,
and they was playing with
brains.
her. Lee was so pretty.
Yeah.
I almost forgot about Lee. Lee was pretty.
Goes
There was another one from the next season of Dallas that I have my cape on hard with her. The one that was with LaRon for a quick second.
Oh,
Whew.
Yo, let me
I was
give
ready to
you
go for her.
y'all my two. Let me give you my two real quick. Yeah, y'all my two. Number one for me, it was Alexis. For me, and I did like
Which
Winter.
Alexis?
It was something about Winter.
what RTO? ATO? Is that ATO? Alexis?
I don't know. What's it ATL? I don't know. I have to look it up.
Season.
Yeah, 'cause I know there were a couple of Alexis on there.
Yeah.
First season.
Yeah, I think first season. Yeah, I think you're right, LC.
No, someone said Alexis Fly.
No, not Alexis Fly. Go
See?
back to
That's how you
first
get caught out. So you don't say wait.
I gotta say which one. You gotta say which one.
Winter, definitely. Winter, yeah, baddie.
Yeah.
I like Alexis Fly. Not too much on Alexis Fly. She looks great. I like Alexis Fly.
Alexis Fly is
Were
fine.
you
She's like, I
talking
knew that's
about
not who's
Alexis, Corey, or Alex?
There's an Alexis from season 1. There's
She
Sean.
She was remember London. London Alexis.
Is it Alexis?
London
Oh
Alexis.
yeah, I thought her in my head she looked like an Alex to me. So
I
yeah,
guess you can say that. Yeah.
She is baddie, and she had a lot of spice too. Woo! She
lot.
came with a lot of spice.
A lot.
She just showed
Well,
up
listen.
on my For You page the other day. I was like,
Let us get back on task.
sorry.
No, it's not you. Don't be sorry. No, it was good conversation. Do you know what I mean? Let's get back on task. So we've obviously talked about that we talked about Eddie. I don't think there's any more to add about Eddie because I think, like I said, he hasn't shown anything just yet. He's just a good-looking guy. He seems to be quite stable for right now. I haven't seen any bad flows from him and vibes on him, and he seems pretty cool. Since obviously we're talking about Eddie, let's meander over then to Diona because obviously she is the firefighter, and she was talking to Naeem earlier in the day. Let me see if I can get a clip for you guys. If not, I'll just keep it as it is right now, where she's talking to Eddie. Okay, we'll keep it on as it is because I can't even bother to find out a clip right now. Let's talk about her. Okay.
What I do, I don't like being in fear of something. So I like tackling it head on.
Yeah, I love that. No fear.
Yeah.
Can't have no fear.
Yep.
When Deanna told me
Diona. What's you guys' thoughts on Diona? I mean, she said obviously she has a little bit of masculine energy. She admits it herself. She's been in the the firefighting force for a little while, 10 years, she said. And so she seems to be a favorite of Eddie and of I think someone else said it. I can't remember, it might have been Jay, but he mentioned her profession rather than actually her. So I don't know if the mystique and the interest is of her profession rather than actually who she actually is. Personally, I can't lie to you, she's stunning. She reminds me of actually earlier in season 1, I believe. There was a woman who also, at season 1 is Aaron's season, right? I think it's with Aaron thingy. There was a woman who was also a businesswoman too. She actually looks kind of similar. Short hair also at the same time. Same kind of body, skin tone type, beautiful woman as well. But I want to get you guys' thoughts on Diona as well. Like, how did you guys see her kind of showing up on this episode? How did you view her coming up on this episode? Yes, Phil.
She was the top woman as far as looks, personality, conversation. She led the pack this episode. She seems very chill, down to earth, someone you can have a conversation with. I worry that she may cross over to the homie side. That's the only thing. She's chill, a little bit more sexy, a lot less homie. A little. That's the only thing I fear from her. She definitely gives like she can be someone very easy to talk to. It could get crossed over to homie.
I 100% agree with you with that. Yes, who would like to get on? Okay. Who's
I'll go.
on?
I'll go.
Yes.
I'll get it out the way real quick. No, I like Deanna. I like her a lot or whatnot. And I like the vibe that she had with Eddie. He was looking for something more. He got it with her. And so, I think she's a good catch. My only concern is as she's looking for her lead, will she be able to let go of the reins? And a lot of times when you're already a strong lead, you're going to need somebody stronger than you. You're going to need a presence stronger than you. So I just need to know what that strong presence looks like for her, because it shows up in different ways for different people. So is Eddie that man that man she actually need, or is he just presenting right now something different and outside of what her norm? So when she does find that man that she likes, is she going to be able to relax and let him take the lead like she wants him to? That's my only real concern, is when you're in a male dominant field for so long and you have to bring that presence and you've been alone for a while. I don't know how long she's been alone, I'm assuming. But if she's been alone for a while, it can be a little struggle in that transition. When I guess it's the power dynamic transition, when we're trying to ease into we're now a couple and I have to let you lead. So we'll see how that works as she goes forward. But I like her.
Thank you, Jay. Sid, what's your thoughts?
I liked her. She started off with a joke. It was really, hilarious. But it was the truth. She does, slide down a pole for work. It's just not in the traditional sense that everyone thinks of. Here's my thing, and this is my dark arts and my pessimistics creeping in. Eddie works in construction. When you're building that home, you do need approval from fire inspection. Is Eddie thinking of her as a romantic liaison, or is he thinking of, I have an in with the fire department now for my buildings? I just don't know. But he seemed intrigued. He did not look put off when she made the joke. And, it could. I like them together. If it is as it presents, if it is as it presents. I like them together. I think they're, bouncing off of each other in conversation very well, and it could go somewhere.
Love that. Black?
Okay, so my opinion is a little bit different. I won't say anything is necessarily wrong or bad about Deanna, but what I didn't like was her opening comment. She said, all the men are going to like her because of her skin tone and because of her sexy vibe. For me, I just want, like I said, I'm just different, guys. For me, I want some more characteristics. I mean, people lead with looks all the time and think that's going to get them far in relationships. That looks is only a piece of the puzzle. So I want to know more about her personality, and she did show a little bit more personality in the show, especially when she came on talking about what John meant, breaking that down. She showed a little personality, a little fun there. So I'm not going to attack her, but there was just an initial statement that I wasn't feeling, but she seems like she's pretty cool so far.
Appreciate it. See where what's your thoughts on our good sis Deanna?
She definitely has, I would say, the best personality so far on the show out of the women. Like, she seems like she knows how to carry a conversation, and I think she's used to that, going a long way of her knowing how to communicate and carry a conversation, because I think you'll be surprised how many women communicate like True versus communicate like Deanna. And so I think she already knows that she's going to have a leg up, probably working with a lot of men. She knows how to communicate with men. and that definitely comes across. You know, my other opinion doesn't matter. I mean, for me, she does appear a little masculine. I'm gonna, John, I'm okay. I'm gonna be all right. She's a little masculine, so I don't know how that's gonna work out. Not Sean with Dark, with Mr. Eddie, but Mr. Eddie seemed like he was feeling it, so it's all good. So yeah, I mean, long as the men like it, it don't matter what my remaining opinions are. But yes, I think she has a great personality, and I think she'll be on there for quite a while with her personality, for sure.
Definitely hearing that. Who hasn't spoken on this? Sean, you spoken on Diona? Go for it.
Yeah, I like her. I love her energy, you know. She's a beautiful smile, you know, beautiful body. You know, she's a nice girl. Not necessarily my type, but I don't think I'm her type either, you know. But you know, all of the above. I think she's gonna do well through this though, because seems like she has the best, you know, attitude of everybody. She's friendly, she's flirtatious, you know. I love all of that about her.
Love it. All right. I appreciate that as well. You know, I think obviously with Diona as well, it's gonna be interesting to find out how she's gonna let a man lead. I'm gonna find out, I guess, maybe in the season, if she can surrender the reins, like, you know, you've said already. So I think that's a good point about whether she can surrender that. So it'll be interesting to see. All right, cool. Let's move on from Diona then. Let's go to True, because True obviously was talking with Jay, and we can discuss obviously True and Jay actually at the same point, because I think it was quite an interesting conversation. I mean, he felt like he was being attacked a little bit, so let's have a little conversation with him.
Oh.
How many kids you got?
2.
11 years?
Yeah, 11 years.
It's giving you don't do commitment.
We was 19 when we got together. I didn't have my phone.
I got a question. 11 years. Is it giving no commitment? I want to ask that question sincerely. 11 years, got together at 19. Is it giving no commitment? That's one question I want to ask you. Is it given no commitment? I want to know, is it given no commitment from you guys? What's your thoughts on this? Seaway's like shaking her head like she said no. So Seaway, what are you saying? 11 years, no commitment? Is that given no commitment?
No, I mean, that's a wild assumption to make when someone gets with someone at 19 when their brain is not developed. It actually could mean the opposite. It could mean that they were trying to work it out and stay together through the changes of their brain, the changes of their life, the changes of their 20s. They probably tried to grow together and it didn't work out. I mean, you get together. If I had to be stuck with a person I was with at 19 and I mean, who knows? I mean, it could mean that, but it could not mean that. It's just not an assumption that I would make.
I'm with Seaway on this. That was just a wild assumption with no context. It's, you know, I don't know if they edit out the context or not, and she got more than we got, but just to say no commitment for 11 years, that's a bit of a commitment to me. It's not a full commitment, but that's you're pretty committed to a relationship, and you have to understand maybe the dynamics of what happened, why we came to an end. I wish she would have asked that question, and she didn't. So that would have been a better question, other than assuming. She was just doing way too much assumption for me. I just put it there.
I didn't like True's conversation with any of the men. She did not know how to converse with any of the men. She was too much. Yeah, and I don't think she's 35. She gives older. I didn't like her conversation. And even when she made that joke with Will, it wasn't even funny. It was like a shocker, like, dang, you really just said that? Yeah, I didn't like her conversation at all.
Thank you, Phil. Elsie?
She don't like that man. She don't like him. I don't know why, but she did an assessment and she doesn't like him, because there's no way if you like this man and you wish for him to pursue you, that you would be throwing those names at him, even if one he called himself. Yes, she did not get to the meat and potatoes of Jay. Yes, he's a single father with custody of his kids. He was trying to tell her the ages of his kids, and she cut him off. She kept cutting him off. Oh, so you're a player. Oh, so you're a garden tool. Oh, yeah. She was just cutting into it. She didn't want to hear what he had to say. She didn't want to be there with him. She don't like him. And again, there's a way to show that you don't like him and you're not interested. And you're on a show where he has a vote. I mean, true. Strategically, he has a vote on whether you stay or go. You could have said, okay, well, what made you play? 11 years. Why didn't you step into marriage rather than saying you a player? Say, why didn't you step into marriage after 11 years? Is it going to take you 11 years again to make up your mind, or are you looking for a wife now? There are things she can ask him rather than this being da 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 da. So I don't think she picked the right route. I'm not saying that JJ is perfect in any way, but it was coming at him.
Okay. Definitely hear that. Black. I know, remember your situations.
Oh yeah. I'm one of the best to ask this question too.
Like sounds good to me.
I 100% agree. That has nothing to do with commitment, nothing at all. It's a shame that she attacked Omar Epps like that, and telling that man that he's not good. He was making him feel that way because that's what he said. People say he looks like Omar Epps, and I thought that was comical there as well. But yeah, like Jay said, I've been agreeing a lot with Jay because for some reason she's reading my mind tonight. 11 years oozes commitment. It's not the final, it's not the let's get married commitment, but to do that, a lot of people can't even do that, to be honest with you. And I think that truly is the one that will gossip to others and give and push her thoughts onto other women about these men. So that's a dangerous weapon to have in this situation. So look at Omar.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, Sean.
It's 11 years a slave. All right. Or, come on. We either gotta, get off the pot, or what do they call? I think that's just way too long. I really do think that's quite a long time to be with somebody. Then I think they had children together as well. I do think 2 kids. Thank you, Alcid. So if you haven't finalized it and made a decision by then, I don't know. But I don't think he and True did have a good interaction, though. That part, I don't know if we're going to talk about that, but I do think that that's a bit long. We should be knowing what we're doing by years 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 or 7 if they were together like in their 20s. Give you a little bit longer of a time span, but 11 years, you hitting into the double digits. I don't care if y'all got together out of high school. 11 years, you should be able to make a decision. So I do think that is coming off non-committal.
Yeah, listen, I think 11 years is a very long time. I think whilst I do believe he was committed to the relationship, it depends on obviously the goal. I'm assuming that most of us goals are trying to get married, you know what I'm saying, too? So 11 years and you had 2 kids in between that time, well, you had enough time to commit to the children, which are lifelong commitments. So to be honest, I think it could have, I do believe he's committed. But I would have wanted him to, I wouldn't have wanted him, but if you're going to be in a relationship 11 years, and of course, we can all be in those situations. It's not to say we're better than him or anything like that. It's just a case of obviously ended up. It's just in this case of obviously the fact that it's the end goal that for me is the issue. You know what I mean? If we're able to have kids, it's a lifelong commitments. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, they're lifelong commitments. But I know how easy it is to slip up and fall. I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, oh my god, but he had 2, not 1. So in that particular instance, you fell twice. You know what I mean? So sometimes we are committed, but sometimes also as well, we don't know how to get out of a situation. So we stay longer than we need to. So that doesn't, stay longer than you need to doesn't mean you're committed. It just means that you stay longer than you need to. Do you know what I'm saying to you? But, you know, I don't think he's a bad person. Don't think he's a bad guy. You know, in that space, I you know, I think there's some things that he has mentioned that I was a bit like, oh, okay, my eyes on you, but not saying crazy. But yeah, 11 years for me, that's a long time. It's a very long time. Yeah, very, very long time. I can understand why he went to play the field after. Elsid, you're shaking your head, so talk to me.
Commitment for some is marriage. Commitment is a long-time relationship for others. It doesn't need to be signing a piece of paper to say you're married for 11 years. I understand where you're going, but not everybody's end goal or, you know, pie in the sky is marriage. I understand that's the goal for many, but he was there for 11 years and he is raising his children. He has custody of his children. So this man is showing commitment in his life. I mean, that's how I saw him. And he said he's willing to go out and work. He's willing to go out and get the bag. What I need to know what that means. So again, is it commitment to the woman? I mean, he needs to define commitment. And for the lady that he chooses in this, if it is marriage for her, then it needs to be marriage for him, and they can define it. But this man together for 11 years, daggone it. Some people can't make it to 5. Even without marriage.
I don't know about that. I mean, that's not. Is it a consolation prize that you made it to 11 years and there was no? Because like in a sense, and I said it. Listen, not everyone's goal is marriage, right? Let's be freaking honest. Not everyone's goal is marriage. I totally understand that. I'm not gonna make that the pinnacle. But whenever we say those things, not everyone's goal is marriage. How many times have we had a conversation with someone where their goal is not marriage? And listen, they're usually in the minority. So, you know what I mean? Most people have it in some aspect in their mind that they want to get married. You know what I'm saying to you? Even the men. You know what I'm saying to you? Even if they're scared. So, for me, it's like, I'm not saying that he's not a committed person. I'm saying that in a sense of like the end goal. So, 11 years is a very long time. You know what I'm saying to you? Of course, we don't know the full story. In that aspect as well. So I'm just like a little bit like, okay, cool. My thing is more like what prevented you from taking those steps? Like, unless it's definitely not on your list, what prevented you from taking those steps? So if we find out and he says marriage is not on his radar, on his cards, I'll definitely take that on board and be like, all right, cool. Well, marriage was never his thing. That's fine. Most people, yeah, they're not in that league. When we tell them that you're not ready for marriage, they ain't in that league. They're not usually in that space.
My question is, what led to him having custody of the kids? Because, and I'm hoping that there's paperwork that he actually has custody and he's not just raising them. If the courts have assigned him as the custodial parent, I have questions. You know, that's a family dynamic that a lady will be walking into that you would need to know.
It's very true. Very, very true. Yeah. Good point. Actually, that's a question to ask you guys. I mean, obviously, he potentially would have, seemingly has full custody. Would you call it that? Because it's not even joint custody. It sounds like he has them. So, you know, that is a very interesting situation because, like I said, if any woman is walking into that, Elsid, you're right. They would have to be aware that this situation, he has full custody. And in most cases, when the men and women are together and a man gets full custody, it's usually because the woman's either on drugs, there's a mental issue, there's some incapacitation in terms of that woman being involved. Very rarely is it the woman has said, you know what, I don't want any rights to the kids. Very rarely. And you know what I'm saying to you? So that is an interesting dynamic for any woman to walk into, knowing that potentially could be something on the other side as well. So good points. Any other thoughts on the J11 commitments? Go for it, Siwe.
Oh, are we going to talk about? We're just talking about the 11-year commitment, or are you going to talk more about the discussion?
You can talk about Jay now if you want to go. If you have more thoughts on Jay, go for it.
Oh, I don't have any more thoughts on Jay.
Okay, your thoughts on True?
I got thoughts on True.
Go for it.
Her communication to me is so jarring, and even Ready to Love's editing aside, I don't understand why she just thinks that's a good way to communicate with people. But that aside, ladies, I said this conversation with my friends, I'm gonna say it up here. If you're 35 and you want to present as a 45-year-old, you will, or 55, you will continue to wear them dresses and them statement necklaces. Those dresses and statement necklaces will age you and age you and age you. I just could not let this go. Ladies, those wrap dresses, those statement necklaces, looking like you're going to tea or church, will add on 10 years. Now, if that's what you want to give, that's fine. But she presented at least 10 plus her age. And I'm not, and Ready to Love is good at lying, so I'm not sure she's 35. But the thing is that we'll never know what she is because her attire alone is aging her 10 years. Let's please leave them statement necklaces and them dresses behind if you want to look your age. That's all.
Co-sign and don't have the attitude to match.
That was another thing.
Elsie?
Oh, Elsie said she feel attacked.
Not I feel attacked while you in a hoodie.
It's appropriate. The hoodie is appropriate. I do have statement necklaces. Thank you very much. I do not like wrap dresses, but I do have a couple. But what I will not do is a dress with a slit all the way up my thigh. That True could have. But daggone it. Okay. I will be the frumpy auntie of the panel.
Thank God you're married. So you're good, baby. You trending differently. Don't worry about it. But listen. Talking obviously about True. Any other thoughts on True? And actually, with True's energy, because obviously True was actually instigating, almost becoming an interrogator for Jay. What's your thoughts on True's interrogation of Jay?
Take it, Phil.
I don't think she was interrogating him. I just think she has bad conversation. I don't know if she was talking to Jay or the 5 kids dude. Even when he said, "Why aren't you married?" There ain't no good man out here. Like, whoa. We're out here looking to get together. She just doesn't have good conversation. She's not a good conversationalist. She needs to bring it down a notch. And then she didn't show much personality. She was very judgmental. But back to Jay, it shouldn't make a difference if he does have custody of his children. That should be a plus for him that he is a man trying to raise his children properly.
They did ask.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Go on.
Does a man going to get custody of his children not show signs of commitment?
It definitely does to me.
Absolutely. Because there's so many men out here that just turn their back in general. So for a man to fight for his children, that is definitely a sign of commitment. Because that's forever. That's not until you turn 18. That is forever.
Can I answer this? Someone asked, so what should we be wearing? I think it's the combination of everything, Auntie, that gave that made it difficult. Like, if you're going to wear the wrap dress, there's nothing wrong with the wrap dress by itself. I think wrap dresses are age appropriate. Like, maybe give like a little teardrop necklace. Maybe give some pearls with a teardrop necklace. Maybe pull your hair back so it accentuates the neckline so you can also give some appeal. You don't want to give the wrap dress, the statement necklace, the bangles, the hoop, and then the hair hanging down. I mean, it's like then the kitten heels. It's the combination of the thing that's going to give Auntie. It's not one thing by itself. So you can wear the wrap dresses. I'm sure all of us have the wrap dresses, but when you put that with the statement dress, the statement necklaces, and then the hair that didn't accentuate it, and then you're doing those like big earrings that we all know our grandma and mamas used to wear and the stuff like that, and then don't you dare put on the kitten heels. Like, That's the problem. And then if you're going to do all that and somebody calls you auntie, you cannot be offended. You cannot be offended. You need to own it. Now, if you own it, I'm cool with it. But you can't be offended if somebody calls you auntie if you're putting all of those things together at the same time. Yes, that's it.
The comments are taking me out. I'm not even going to get into this. What I will say is her energy and her attitude was the most off-putting part. I think she was being very heavy with the questions. And I think she was just, the way she chopped up old boy Exhibit. I forgot his name because he looked like Exhibit to me. He said Omar Epps. I saw Exhibit. Sorry.
JJ.
Okay, yeah. So with Jay, and she didn't give him a chance to explain himself. Although I do want to have a minor caveat. He did say, I don't know what happened to my camera. It's the spirit of truth attacking me.
She had enough. But I'm talking about her statement necklace, and now
I kept my mouth quiet. True, I promise you. Maybe it was Exhibit coming from me with that MTV show he used to host. But nevertheless, we're gonna have to see what's going on in a second. But I think that she was he did open the door. You know what I mean? You know when somebody cracks the door open a little bit when he called himself a player, and then she kicked it down like the SWAT team. We're calling him a hoe. So I just think her energy, she doesn't have social grace because she kind of just eliminated him. You know what I mean? I think what happens is some people are like this. They let their intrusive thoughts take over. It's one thing to have an intrusive thought, which we all do, but typically your intrusive thoughts should not be the thoughts that come outside of your mouth. And I think that is what could be an issue with her. And then we saw it when she got eliminated, where she was like, who, me? These people got a problem. Yeah, that means to me, you are not connected with reality and you probably don't have self-awareness. And I'm done.
Oh, can we talk about another thing, Kojo? And I keep hearing this on the internet. Folks keep talking about they healed. I was talking about this with my friend. I think we really need to have a discussion about it. It's always the people talking about they healed that are the farthest from healed. And honestly, to me, I don't even believe in being healed. I think all of us are a reflection and a combination of the things that we've been through in our life. And so we're on an everlasting journey until we're 7 feet under. And so when I hear people talk about I'm healed, it's now I know you lack self-awareness and understanding, because you're likely not even close to healed. But even if you are, it's always a journey. You're always growing. And it's every single time, especially for women, when I hear them say I'm healed, they are so problematic. I don't know. Life is a journey. I gave that example with my anger management. I've gotten so much better. I don't snap on people as much. I have really, really made a lot of strides. I'm not healed. I have just managed triggers better. And that is how life goes. You just manage your triggers, Coach. You just manage your triggers. You manage your things. You know what I mean? So I wanted to talk about that and this concept of being healed.
I didn't like the healed Seaway in Jamaica. I didn't like that.
You saw me so healed. You saw?
I didn't like that.
No, that wasn't even healed.
Jamaica would never get risked.
That was a trauma response.
Jamaica was a heavy.
That wasn't even anger management. That was me being frozen.
And I'm going to reach and pat myself on the back because I was the only one acting healed and elevated in Jamaica.
You were.
And maybe Jay a little
I can't lie to you. Even I
was
lost it at one point.
I was healed
Even I
for a
lost
second, and then I got unhealed.
90% of it, you were healed. There were two things that set you off. One of them, you were 110% right for being set off.
I was
Yeah,
unhealed
You
the other
don't
as
one
like
well.
heels?
again, Seaway.
A
I'm
pop up,
sorry.
a pop up. Yeah.
The second one is a Seaway. I'm sorry, because I snapped on Seaway in my unhealed moment. I'm sorry.
Well, see, that was me being healed. I'm like, okay, well, we're just gonna give her a moment. As I said here.
Yeah, she was good. She just sat down. You sat down right at that the pool chair.
I'm sorry, but I look back. Seaway was looking at me like, "What did I do? Now, what did I do?"
That was a fantastic evening.
I just know a lot of therapists will let you know, like, you never fully graduate. And when people say, "Oh, I've graduated," or like Tia graduating from her divorce, they're still missing something. You're still not getting it. You're given the tools to manage and keep going, but being fully healed to me, and I'm saying, and anybody who says they're fully healed, I would question it, because the only people that I hear saying that are people who lack self-awareness. There's so many people. I don't hear anybody say I'm fully healed who have self-awareness, because if they did, they probably would realize that life is a journey. Life is a journey. So it's a journey. But if you think you're healed, congratulations. I don't know.
Well, if you think you're healed or if you think you're unhealed, you're absolutely right. I definitely heal that. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you on that. Any other thoughts on True and Jay? Any other thoughts on True and Jay before we shift it? Yeah. All right, cool. Let's shift it again. Let's talk a little bit about, obviously, let's talk about Kiera. Is it Kiera? I'm pronouncing it correctly, right? Kiera was talking with Jay, and she liked him because, I think once he mentioned cybersecurity, she said, I'm sold. But that's Princess right there. So let me get it on the screen as well. Beautiful, beautiful girl, though, by the way. She said, I like a man that works. That's what told me.
We couldn't hear it.
Use him for... Oh. Hold on. Let me do it again for you guys.
Is everything that I am looking for. That's going to be my man. Like, he might be the one.
She gives me a little bit of Tia's energy, to be honest. What's your guys' thoughts on Kiara? Her situation, she said, my man. And what's your thoughts on Kiara? How did you guys see her? I want to know your thoughts.
I'm gonna go last because I'm gonna give another fashion opinion, and it's gonna be on the tail end. So y'all go ahead.
Damn. Well, this woman that critique the women, so I've got no problems with that. It's got nothing to do with me. What's your thoughts on Kiara? Yeah, Sean. Mm-hmm.
I liked her. I thought she was pretty. We were just talking. We were talking about Tasia. She reminds me of Tasia a little bit.
Same energy. Yeah.
Same energy, little similar look. I liked her. I have to see more from her. But so far, I liked her energy. I know I mentioned slightly earlier, she's talking about she's a princess. I just need to understand what that means. I need to understand what that means. Because are you reasonable? Because you could be a princess and want to live the soft life. I have no problem. I don't begrudge you that. I want that for you. I want to give you that soft life. But if you're unreasonable, if you always think you're right, but again, as per Seaway, women are right 99% of the time. But I just need to know how you navigate relationships. That's what I want to understand. So I need to see a little bit more of her. She was kind of gravitating to one person too soon. I forgot who was it that she was aligning herself with? Was it Eddie or somebody?
Eddie
First she
and
asked Eddie, Jay.
Wayne is Wayne. Oh, Jay. It was Jay. Yeah, it was Jay.
Yeah, that kind of threw me off. I need you to pace yourself, because if I were seeing that, because I'm more of a lay in the cut and observe guy, and if you are way too in on somebody so soon, then I'm gonna back off, because it's kind of like I need to know if there's room for me to navigate in there, and if I feel like you are all sold on somebody, you know, you might miss your chance with me. So that would be my only thing with her.
Okay. Anyone else want to go for Kiara? My man. Yes, Philo.
Baddie, certified baddie, but the conversation is lacking. And from her being excited that the man got a job, she be dealing with them Philly scammers. So yeah, I don't know, but certified baddie. I just didn't like. Oh, he worked. Yeah, he got 2 kids. He's supposed to work. What are you excited about, ma'am? But yeah, certified baddie. But her conversation is lacking. The whole I want to be treated like a princess. You should have said a queen. You are an adult. I don't know, but she's a baddie.
Yeah, I have to disagree with the fellas on this one. You know, she's just okay to me. To be honest, I feel that the outfit wasn't bit much. I think the girls were out there unnecessarily. You know, I'm not saying, you know, she's a beast or booger wolf or something like that. I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just saying that I just didn't have that view that you guys had. When seeing her, the princess statement did kind of get me a little bit. It was giving me a vibe of she not being able to reciprocate. It's all about her, and that it's just one way. So for me, that part was a turn off. The need to do a little extra with the wardrobe, a little extra with the makeup, if I'm being honest with you. So those things that kind of turned me off. It was trying too hard. I like a woman who doesn't have to really try. It's just an effortless give. So just me.
I mean, for me, I'm not a man, so it, you know, my interest doesn't matter. But for me, all that ghetto talk, my man type of talk, I get to turn you on mute. Actually, I missed a lot of the stuff that she said because I had to put it on mute and then I had to fast forward. I'm just so not interested in all of that type of talk that she had going on. I was very agitated. And I already talked about this on Jay's live. I already was being judgmental, so y'all could put judgmental in the chat. I know y'all will anyway. The dress already had me not take her seriously from before I even seen her. And then I prejudged her, and I'm always right. Y'all say I'm not always right. Yes, I am. I prejudged her and Naeem. I said Naeem was a hotep, and I said that she was going to give what she gave with that dress, and that's exactly what she gave. Exactly what I said on Jay's live is what she gave. To me, I can't take you seriously if you got your titties at your chin. I can't. I won't. Personally, I won't. It's just how I feel. So I had to fast forward through her scenes. I don't know what she said. All I know is that she was interested in it. Now, one nice thing I will say, the way she dodged Mr. Hotep and his kids, Mr. Hotep and his kids, she got more sense than she's letting on. The way she saw what he was given, and she said, she has a lot of sense. She has boundaries. She did really good with that. She read that and she said, no, Mr. Naeem's a hotep. He got about 3 baby mamas, 5 kids, whatever. Let me not put my 3 kids or 2 kids with his 5. Very smart girl for that. I'll give her that. To me, that shows that she is not that thirsty where she just need to take a man, any man. So I'm gonna give her that for sure.
I love how Seaway always respectfully calls somebody a name, Mr. Somebody. I love it.
Because I said Mr. Hotep.
It was Mr. Sampson. Now Mr. Go ahead, Elsie. I'm sorry.
We didn't have this much smoke for Deanna, and her dress was definitely showing a lot more. So I will just say,
Deanna? Hold on, which one's Deanna? Which one is that?
Our firefighter. Her dress was
here.
No,
yeah,
her dress was shorter. It wasn't showing as much cleavage.
And there was a reason
it was
why
all the way off the shoulder. I mean,
If I say, no, I'm not allowed to say anything about Deanna, not in this chat. So I didn't say anything for a reason. I left her alone.
Okay.
You can say, why don't you say something else, Sid?
I'm just saying, in comparison with the two ladies, Kiera.
There's a reason. So you say it.
The dress is longer. Kiera is covered more. Now she is blessed and is showing her blessings in this dress. She's voluptuous. So I'm not holding that against her at all. But Deanna didn't get no smoke, and the dress is short off the shoulder. She didn't get no smoke. So I'm gonna leave that there. We're selective in who is in exposure.
I think Deanna has a nicer personality and all around energy and aura. I think that's probably why sometimes the energy you carry impacts how people view you, whether right or wrong. But so far, I think my opinion is we gave Deanna less smoke because we liked her personality. At least I did. I liked her personality a lot. And I thought the way she navigated the different interactions with the guys, I thought it was really, really nice. But I'm just talking for myself.
Yeah, she carried herself in a really classy manner, and I think because of that, she probably also got grace. I personally thought her outfit was awful. Not per se that it was revealing, but more so that it was ill-fitting. Her bra strap was out, and I don't necessarily found it to be flattering. But the reason why I didn't mention her outfit versus the other two is because the other two were more a reflection of something larger. The first one I mentioned was not just to be mean. It was to say that if you're giving auntie, you just need to understand that that's what you're giving. The second one was that if you have your titties out, you're going to be prejudged by a lot of people. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Deanna's outfit was just not a good outfit. I don't know if it says anything about her except for she needs a better stylist to give her a better outfit. I mean, that's really all it says. So that's why I also didn't comment on it, because it was just not a great outfit, but it didn't really look like anything that of note. You get what I'm saying, Elsid? That's why.
Is this what you wanted, Elsid? Is this what
No,
you
this
wanted?
is I wanted us to look at we're giving Kiera, some people are giving Kiera smoke for being her cleavage being to her chin, and it's like the cleavage is out for other people. The skin is showing for other people. So I just wanted to balance the conversation, which we have, that hey, yes, she is voluptuous. Yes, it may be a bit too much for some, but her personality, the men certainly were drawn in. The men were certainly drawn in.
Okay, so let's be honest. The real judgment is not really Kiera and Deanna. It would be in comparison to it would be True, because both True's boobies was all hanging out and everything or whatever stuff. However, which outfit can you wear to church? Which outfit can you wear to the grocery store? Which outfit? And you're not wearing a bandage dress everywhere. That's why y'all criticizing Kiera or whatever and stuff like that, because it's more of a bandage dress. You're seeing more. It's more revealing to her whole figure. I don't really have a problem with it because she's in a dating setting. For me, you're there to be a pleasing to the man's eye. So do what you got to do to be pleasing to the man's eye. And any other setting, I can see where a lot of people may judge her. Like I said, if she's going to the grocery store in this dress, it's like, girl, where are you going in the middle of the day? You know what I'm saying? But in this setting, I don't really have a problem with it. It's not some people's style of dress. That's all that is. I be having a little boob envy sometimes. So, for me, I wouldn't have so much cleavage. It'd be a lot of chest. That's all. So kudos to that lady for being able to pull it off.
But Ready to Love doesn't give you a stylist. So I'm not here to pick apart an outfit choice just because it's not a good outfit. You know what I mean? Deanna's outfit's not a good outfit, but I'm sure if they were able to film, show her the clips back, her outfit would be better as the episodes go on. That's like that every season. People start to dress better for how it looks on TV. But you can tell that True dresses like this in real life all day, every day. And I don't know how Kiera dresses, but this is clearly how she dressed when she wants to impress. And so that's why, I said what I said, but.
Yeah, when we did the review, like our first impression on Jay's channel, I was team Kiara all the way. Then when I saw on the episode, I could see how wouldn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be bothered by it or be distracted overly. You know, maybe the first 15 seconds I'd have to just remind myself to keep my eyes, you know, this way, like face forward, eye to eye. But you know, yeah, I don't have a problem. I'm a breast man too, so I just probably would be a little intrigued, and then I would get over it, and then start looking at her and talking. I'm more interested to see what her mindset is. Her dress, I thought it was nice, honestly. You know, maybe if it showed a little bit less cleavage, I get it, but overall, I thought it was nice. You know, I did.
Just to kind of switch it up a little bit, I know we're talking about attire. I'll say this, that what I thought is that Jay's attire was a little too simple. I didn't like what he had on, you know, at all. As a gentleman, I just think you're supposed to just present yourself a little bit better than how he did. He just seemed like the wrinkled butt down, hair looked a little dry. The braids look a little dry. So to me, it's just like presentation is everything. So what Seaway says about women, I say the same thing about men. But how you present yourself in this type of situation, you're going to be on national television. You're looking to find love, and you're coming just as is. So I don't know what his situation is clothing wise, but to me, I just think that he could have done a little bit better. And I can say that for a few other guys, but he's the one that really sticks out.
I think this shirt presents like wrinkly, as you said, Corey, but it's not. It's that kind of material. So I could see where you could say it presents as wrinkly, but it's one of those type of linen shirts that gives the crinkle textured, you know, look.
It was actually Anwar's outfit that offended me. The one with the 2 marriages. He just looked like he just threw on a is that his name?
Oh, he goes by Will too, right?
Yeah, Will.
Yeah, Will.
The no logo polo.
Will just threw on the first polo that he could find in his closet, and that also gave like, I'm not taking this process seriously. Like you just threw on any type of polo.
That's like the corporate polo you get at work, you know?
Yeah, that you wear to work. That you wear to the baseball game. It's the polo that you wear to the company baseball game.
Exactly, 100%.
It's a polo they give you before they put your company name on there.
That's exactly it. You can order them on Amazon too. I did it for my team one year. We all had to wear the company colors, which was red. We got that same polo. They were $10 each, and I got them for the whole team. And then we rocked them out. We took some nice pictures. That's what that is. You know.
Well, at least Naeem gave like, I'm trying to give Hotep. He gave that, and so I understood where he was going with his outfit. He was trying to actually send a message with his outfit. I wasn't mad at it.
Not trying to get
he got the crochet shirt. He had the crochet camp collar shirt. That's the Hotep 2-for-1 special.
Exactly. He definitely was at least trying to give us something there, for sure. But you know what they always say, and maybe this is like to cap this off. You want your attire to look nice enough where your personality will speak for you. You know that you will lead with your face and your personality and your aura. You don't want it to do too much or too little, especially on first impressions. Like you don't want everything to be about your outfit, or you don't want it to be a debate. That's just kind of how I think about it, you know, because that Anwar Will shirt stood out to me in a negative way. So
no logo polo.
No.
Okay. Great. All right. So
nobody is Kojo's not going to get one interview. And we're all going to be blocked.
Anwar, he looks like he has a good sense of humor. I think he knows.
It's too late now. It's too late now.
Kojo didn't say anything. Kojo said nothing.
I really didn't.
You just need to get a banner.
Don't worry, Seaway.
You need to get a banner.
Don't worry, Seaway. We fire signs. They always love us.
They'll be.
I don't know.
They'll come defend themselves.
I don't know.
I don't lately.
This is not 1% of what I have said before. Not one. This is actually not bad.
First of all, she talked bad crazy about that one, and he was floating around the whole damn. Let me.
We're friends now. We cool.
Yeah, they be hunting Seaway now.
It's personal for them.
Seaway is probably the first target, and I'm probably a distant second.
You a target by association.
Exactly. And sometimes I'll say something slick. I'm like, oh man.
You know, and sometimes
the
you find out
peacekeeper.
you're wrong. You may meet people in person and you find out that you're wrong. And sometimes
Yeah, I just don't want to duck. Because I had to duck when I met Camille, and she was so nice to me.
This is Philly.
After she told me off, but she was so nice after that.
She should have told y'all I was talking crazy to Camille. I ain't never said nothing bad about Camille. I liked them.
Duck Sean, it's Philly. Duck.
All right.
That's right.
Last
They're
one.
in my backyard somewhere too.
Kojo ready to move us along.
Yeah, before you lot get us all banged up. Last one. We're talking about obviously is your favorite, Naeem.
No, listen. So tell me about yourself. Why are you not married? Why?
Because there's no quality men. You have to ask these men why they don't want to commit.
Yeah.
Why don't they want to step up?
Now, Naeem let us know that he has 5 kids, 3 baby mothers, and it's only a little bit of drama, nothing crazy. I want to get your perspectives on that as well. I want to hear your points of view. We've been here before. We have been here before. And I refuse to defend him because I was here before defending a man that had 5 kids similar and 3 baby mothers as well. And it didn't turn out great. So I'm gonna let him defend himself. What's your guys' thoughts on this? 5 kids, 3 baby mothers. What's your thoughts? I was about to choose you. That's right.
Exactly that. The 5 kids, 3 ladies. You've got any lady walking into that situation, you've got to consider him and then 3 other women who are mothers, just children. See, on Jay's live last night too, we talked about it. We got to know the calendar dates of these children. You know, did you roll back? Did you come back? Were they overlapping? Yeah. But he seems, he can carry a conversation. He seemed to, not match the energy of True. He took it all in, but he seemed to disassociate when she starts saying there are no quality men. You got to ask these men out here. He, pulling out his beard, kind of paying attention, but it seemed like he tuned her out. He was on the bottom. He should have been, Will got his flaws and stuff, but he should have been on the bottom being shown the door, basically. But that's a lot to ask for anyone. He says he owns a gym. Yeah, there is a business registered with the state of Pennsylvania with his name on it. So yeah, he owns a gym. He does the dietary needs for that gym. It's just a lot to ask any woman in this kind of pressure cooking dating situation to accept. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Now, if it was just he had 5 kids with an ex-wife, maybe that will be more palatable. Maybe, but it's still a lot.
Elsa, did you just slide in there? There's a business license, not you doing CSI.
If you give me someone's full Christian name, I will look it up. And if he says he owns a business, he has to have a business license in the state of Pennsylvania. Okay? He got to. And we know own lies about what people have. Okay? They lie about what people own. So own lies about what people own. Ooh. So I checked it. So again, is this a profitable business? We have questions. I did not pull the records for his financial records of his business. I didn't go that far, Sean.
Listen, he got a business, Jay. Elsa just validated it. She just slid it in there. So Kojo has diversified the panel. He has somebody that can validate and break down. So we love it. All right.
Didn't they show a clip from his business of him putting the mats on the floor?
They be showing people doing all types of things. That don't mean they got it. You know that, Seaway.
Was he ever married?
No.
Well, that's my bigger concern. But go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, I similar to what else Sid said. I want to know, are there any ghetto twins? Meaning, like, you know, 2 kids, different mother, but same birth date. You know, I'd be interested in understanding that aspect of it. But I generally think, I'm sorry, if you have 5 children, and you are not like well seasoned, like mid to late 50s, and you're in a different season in your life, I really don't think you should be on a ready to love show with folks, because you just come with a lot. That comes with a lot. And then he kind of dry snitched on himself by saying it used to be a lot of drama, like it used to be a lot of drama, but it's not any now. That's telling me you got some problems, bro. So I just need him to kind of like work on himself, you know, and not bring any stress to all these, you know, these ladies, because it sounds like he comes with a lot of stress.
I just want people to take childbirth more seriously. And I know because men will never experience it, maybe they can't understand, but there is 3 women that have laid down on the table for a collection of 5 times and risked their life to bring your child into this world for a collection of 5 times, and not 1, 2, or 3 of them has resulted in any type of lifelong commitment or marriage. To me, if a man is more comfortable making a sequence and series and a whole basketball team of babies and has not once asked for a woman's hand in marriage and married a person, I mean, we don't even need to get to the drama. We don't even need to get to the liabilities and the stress of your 5 kids and what you got going on. If you didn't marry the 1, 2, or 3 of your baby mamas, what are you doing with me? And it'd be baffling me how people have seen that a man literally has not married 1, 2, or 3 of his children's mothers. But you think that you with no kids, I would hope you would try to get in there with no kids, is gonna be the one. Like I need everybody to be so for real. So I don't know what he got going on, but making kids in 3 separate, those are 3 separate homes he has outside. Talking about there's drama. Yeah, there's drama. There's 3 separate families that you have floating somewhere. That should be illegal.
We are the Fire Sign Coalition, co-sign Seaway.
Yes, AW said vasectomy. Vasectomy. 3 separate families. While the orange man is over here doing a whole lot of stuff and banning straws and coming up and bringing back straws, I wish he would do that since we doing dumb stuff.
As Druzy G reminded us in the chat, he is adopted, and that could be a root of. I would need to know if he knows his biological family, or is he creating his biological family one kid at a time?
You know, that's what Nick Cannon said he was going through. He's not adopted, but he said his health issues made him want to create a whole bunch of broken families. But I'm sure his trauma contributed to his behavior. Like I said, we're all the result of our childhood traumas or issues or you know, but at some point you have to manage them so you don't create another generation of trauma. Because how are these kids supposed to feel? Got 3 separate households, 3 different households to manage of siblings. I don't know.
I am going to have to agree with Seaway. She's absolutely correct. How you coming on this show with 3 different families? And even his conversation, he was kind of slick with his come ons to the women. Oh, let me give you a feet rub. Oh, you got them toes out. He dry dissed what's her name? Kitten Hills? What's Kitten Hills? True. He dry got on her for not having her nails done. So yeah, I gotta agree. Like, I don't think he was a good candidate. Not saying that he can't find love, but you got 5 kids by 3 different women. Yeah, no, sir. You have commitment issues.
Yo, if memory serves me right, this isn't the first time that one of the guys came on here with 3 different baby mamas, 3 kids, 3 baby mamas, something like that. On the last season before last,
No,
when this happened.
Dante. I said his name
Dante.
right, y'all.
Oh, yeah. So it's not something that's really far fetched. There's a lot of guys out here that's like that, that's doing it. So that part is sad. I'm sorry, guys, but I don't remember if Naeem is the guy who told, because I did want to talk about this. Naeem is the guy who told True that men are intimidated by her. Is he the guy who said that, or was that Jay that said that? Who said it to True? He was like, men are intimidated by. It was Jay.
Jay said
Okay.
it.
Definitely want to talk about that statement, because I get tired of men doing that, and that's where the narrative comes from, that men are intimidated by women, and it's just that some men don't know how to talk to women. And that's what he was giving me on that. So he was using that as a weapon, or not a weapon, but using that as a way to win her over, as far as, oh, you're pretty, I see you got things going on for yourself, and talking about the men she's dealt with. How can you say a man is intimidated when you don't know who that man is? So to me, I think that false information, given that, putting it out there, makes a lot of women feel like men are intimidated by them when they're really not. Because the majority of men that I know aren't intimidated by a woman who is successful, powerful, a boss, or whatever. So I did want to speak on that, but that was all. I didn't know Jay who did that. I would have said it last time.
Yeah.
Can we call that man? I'm sorry, Sean. Can we call that man JJ? Because y'all be confusing me. I'd be like, what? Why y'all talking to me? Like, what's happening? Call that man JJ, please. Thank you. Sorry.
Jay's gonna be Jay. What is his first name for real? Is it Jonathan?
It's John.
John? Okay.
John Jones. See, JJ.
Okay, we can call him JJ. Yeah, I forgot that he made that point too, what Phil said about the nails. I didn't like that. I thought that was a little like he's trying to humble her. Like you're gonna give her a compliment and he can be like, oh, but you didn't get your nails done. I was like,
that's
like
sassy.
that. Then he said, I like that confidence on you. He's like, I like the confidence. I'm like, ooh, that hurt a little bit. It's like, why he had to go and do
That's very
that?
sassy statement, by the way. I must have fast forwarded through that statement, as you know I do. But that's a very sassy statement. Why you worry about her nails?
Yeah, he could have. Again, I think sometimes we got to not let our intrusive thoughts take over and just leave stuff. That to me tells you he's going to give you hell. That's a guy, he's going to give you hell because you're going to come outside and he's going to nitpick you to death. And plus somebody also made a good point, right? So he had 5 kids, 3 different women. Not one of those women was good for him to really settle down with and be with long term and maybe be his wife. I mean, again, I know Elle said not everybody, this isn't the path for necessarily marriage all the time. However, traditionally, people come on here with the idea of marriage. Why couldn't he find one of those? Like none of those 3 women, they were good enough for you to have children with or a child with, but not enough to make you, like good enough for you to just spend dang near the rest of your life with, because you're entangled with them for the rest of your life when you have kids with them. Whether you're financially responsible is one thing, but you're still going to be around them. As long as those kids are around, you guys are going to be in each other's company. Ideally, if he's an active father. So like you couldn't find 1, 3, like, and how old is he? So I have a lot of questions, and I think that perhaps he should really spend a little bit more time delving into what's led him to get to 3 baby mamas and 5 kids later versus come on Ready to Love stressing people out about why they're not wearing nail polish or they didn't go to get their nails done.
I thought he was doing a nail comment because he was calculating expenses. He got to calculate each of these women's expenses and how they fit into his budget with the 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? You're going to want nails done. You're going to want hair done. You're going to want some shoes. Yeah, I was surprised he kept talking to Kiera because I was like, child, she is way out your budget. You need to leave her all the way alone, okay? He had a better chance with True if she ain't getting her nails done because there you ain't got to worry about too much, all right? She's low maintenance, I guess. So that might be around his price range right about now. So that's why I just thought, I don't know. I just thought he was counting his expenses or future expenses.
What was a handful, Seaway? Any other thoughts on
But
Nia?
I ain't got my nails done. Shoot, I guess you gonna judge me too, little sassy behind.
I knew you were gonna say it. I knew you couldn't go without going to say it. Did you go say it? Hey, maybe
I'm playing basketball. Though. I don't have my nails done when I play basketball, so it's all right.
Judge me by paying the nail tech if that's how you want to judge me.
I really want to see you hoop. See where I want to see you hoop.
Oh, you gotta come to Chicago. You'll be the first.
You gotta watch her TikTok. She be all on the side of her game trying to do a whole TikTok. Talk about I got a game real quick, but I had to get this thought out real.
Yeah. You have any footage on TikTok? I'm sorry.
Not of me hooping. Not with these hating folks that pump number 7. They ain't getting nothing on me. They already be doing too much with my name over there on the tick of the top. So
sometime on your Instagram stories. I feel like
I put more on my IG story, on my basketball IG though, not the one y'all have. On the other one, it's the same name.
Now she got 50-11.
I got them all.
That's why we get the dry snitch shine.
You ain't blocked me yet.
Well, listen, I'm about to fall asleep. So listen, I think we've rinsed it out. Okay.
Not you falling asleep. We caused the most chaos today for you to be sleepy.
Listen, I don't even know what's going on. Do you know what it is? It's these late nights I be up to. Okay.
You talked about that we finally got our changes of no elimination on the.
Look, they're listening to us.
We finally got our changes after so many seasons. What is this? 30 seasons?
But why did they not upload the pictures of the new cast on the website?
That's what I said. I went on to OWN. I said, "Why you still got last season's pictures up?" I said, "This is so tacky."
Because they got to get some better pictures. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave that.
I've seen the pictures. The picture they got is awful. I can't lie to you.
But they sent them to Essence, so they don't want.
No, they need to.
Well, my thing is that to me, just because it's black does not need to. It doesn't mean that it has to be inferior quality. There's no other reality TV show that if it launches, the website is not updated. Why is the website not updated? Like, this is just like piss poor quality. I don't like that.
Especially with a year and a half delay.
Yeah, I think that's to do with the two sides of the business or whatever not meeting and talking or whatever. Sounds like bad organization, to be honest. Because it happens every season. They start late when they organize pictures on their website. So something's to do with the organization in terms of structure and how they do it. This particular show, they don't particularly care about, I'm guessing, because it just seems to always be updated late. You know what I'm saying?
I hate that because it's supported. We like the show.
I think the only thing that I can think of, the reason why they do that is because it opens in different countries at different times. So they want to make sure everyone gets it first. That's the only thing I have. I could be right, could be wrong, but I just think that, that may be a delay for the website because they haven't opened in other countries as of yet. They don't want anybody getting jumped.
What does that mean, Black?
You know what I'm saying? So it opens in the US and it opens in other countries. You know what I'm saying? So it opens in other countries a week from today. Then that has to be the reason why the website isn't up because it has opened up.
Because it opens next week.
Just a thought.
And we like the company now. We just throwing things at the wall, see if it stick.
Well, Laura says you right whenever you talk. She don't care what you say.
Just keep talking, Black.
Keep talking.
I appreciate it. Lips galore. I appreciate it. Thank you.
She said earlier you melt her butter, so you got a fan, bro.
Ooh, lips galore. Look how he said it. Lips galore.
Yeah, he did say it.
Don't stop.
You put a little something extra on it.
She probably like, shut up, Sean. Just
Tune up a bird. Yeah.
It's like mute everybody but Black right now.
Listen, they be loving Black every season when he come back on here with that voice.
This definitely was an Easton type of live. Where's Easton at? He would have.
Not you conjuring up your nemesis.
Ever since he done sat there talking about that's my twin. We agreeing now.
Exactly. He was giving her hella praise on Maths, saying things she didn't even say. I'm like, that was me. But I'm gonna let you rock.
He said, like, I'm sure C-Way would think the same thing I'm thinking right now. It's like, no.
Y'all so funny.
He loves you.
I just love that he'll cause a whole bunch of chaos, and then you guys will just be going back and forth with it. I'm like, all right.
And then he smiles. That's the funny part. He just smiles.
I'm like, y'all gonna let him drag you out every time? All right.
That's what I love about Easton boy. He's so poised.
And he'll drag you out peacefully.
He would have got C-Way on the drag out real quick. I think that dress was real nice.
Like, all right.
He is poised every single time. That's the powerful thing about Easton. Nothing seems to faze him. Like,
nothing.
You know what I mean?
I
have to respect that, because I've cussed a few people out in that race, but he's poised, so I respect that, man. Very well balanced in that space. You know what I mean? So shout out to Easton if you're watching.
Easton's crash out day is coming. Just wait.
Yeah, we appreciate him.
Nah, he doesn't seem like a crash out person.
If he didn't crash out that day that El Cid was bothering him, I don't think it's ever gonna happen, because El Cid tried it and didn't work. So,
and I was gentle. I haven't tried him for real. That was gentle.
Oh my god.
El Cid said she gentle with everybody.
Why are you trying to challenge her?
Leave that boy.
Give El Cid a challenge. Forget it.
El Cid said she gentle with everybody.
Oh god.
I am gentle. That's how you take it.
Felicia said Easton's already protected.
Now you sound like Ike. It's on you. Because that's what Ike said. He was like, it's how she takes it. Like, don't you see how that could be contrived as mixed signals? No, it's how she takes it. Okay.
And that's that on that.
That's El Cid. El Cid said, look, it's not my fault. I didn't curse at you.
So not too much on that. Mm-hmm. Well, listen, look, we've reached a beautiful pinnacle. We've done 3 hours and 20 minutes. Listen, Sean Deacon, Delectable Deacon, yeah? We should call you now Daddy Deacon.
When being comfortable with your sexuality goes too far, you be really.
Listen, I'm mad comfortable. I don't even mind.
Deep side to the ancestors.
Daddy.
Not in Black History Month, please.
Yeah.
You know,
he's so comfortable. He gonna make you uncomfortable.
That's right.
Just not in February. Let's revisit this in March. Okay.
But don't worry. You go ahead, Daddy Deacon. You go on.
Don't say nothing. No, don't say. We need a whole nother break.
You said you were comfortable. Yes, Daddy.
Corey, talk to the audience again. We need a whole nother break now.
Corey can do it then, because I'm sure Lips would be extremely excited to hear his voice. He can hum the alphabet as the benediction, and she would be all the more thrilled.
Kojo trolling on go to bed, but he's still acting up. You don't want to go to bed, clearly.
He doesn't. You know,
now this might be of Atlanta where we would just sit there laughing.
He's talking about we sleepy. We can go all day. We ain't tired.
Hey, this is giving us that Patron night, boy.
This is back in the Uber.
This is back in the Uber. This is back in the Uber.
Excuse me.
Is Houston all over again?
Sean, could you give us a wonderful benediction, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
I love the
Wait. Elsa, you didn't add Daddy in there.
Because I'm not looking for one, Kojo. I'm not looking for one.
You're gonna say like you're in church or something, you know what I'm saying? Spiritual daddy.
He did not want to go to
Elsa can call me daddy if she wanted to.
Sean said
no disrespect to some people, but she could if she wanted to. But you, there's an exception.
Sean said he'll take a daddy from some people. So, Daddy, can you go ahead and close us out?
Is it Daddy Deacon or Deacon Daddy Sean? Which one is it?
Dee, can you close us out?
How about BDE Deacon? How about BDE Deacon?
BDE.
I'll take BDE.
Daddy.
BDE Deacon.
BDE Deacon.
The lightning is coming.
Hey, Jesus is gonna be on my neck by tomorrow, boy. He be like, was that appropriate?
All this part right here is getting clipped.
That is a clip.
Someone said Deacon Daddy has a ring to it, so go for it.
No, it does not.
It do.
So said Deacon
It
Daddy
has
has
a ring to hell to it. I don't want it.
What if your last name really was Daddy? Deacon Daddy.
Wait, Deacon Daddy Davis.
Triple D. Deacon Daddy Davis. It's giving. It's giving. Bishop Deacon Daddy Davis. Where's your armor bearer?
Deacon Daddy Davis is the one I love.
Deacon Daddy Davis is
You know
giving.
what? That's you from now on, Sean. I'm calling you that. Deacon Daddy
That's
Davis.
it.
Hey, Deacon Daddy
That
Davis.
is like Dr. Damon Daddy. That is very similar. So Deacon Daddy Davis, that goes crazy.
Yep,
Y'all
Triple
are
D,
too much.
3D.
I'm gonna forget what I'm supposed to be saying here with this benediction.
Y'all can
We
get
keep
Deacon
going.
Daddy. You can go Deacon Daddy Davis and 3D if y'all like.
I don't even know what to say now. I don't know. And let the doors of the church.
I know I missed y'all talking about Camille and Cornelius. Congratulations to them both. You know.
Yes.
Y'all day one supporter.
We love
Yes,
them.
congratulations.
That's a good segue.
She looked so cute. She looked really cute.
She looked beautiful.
You know what? I didn't say it on my live last night, but I like that matching bouquet with his hanky flower. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but it was matching. I liked it. I was like, that's cute. You can do that, LC. You know, you different. You know, you gonna wear some other color that don't match.
I just didn't like the dry flower effect. That's it. That's just not my thing.
Well, it wasn't her real wedding either, so it's okay.
I want to see some real wedding pics because I know she did. She looked great.
Mm-hmm. Camille can wear a dress.
Banner. Don't make me be petty. You forgot I have administrative rights.
Now, Deacon. You must rise above the pettiness.
It'll be revoked real quick. But
yes, have you lost your British accent dealing with us? Have you noticed a
little bit? Sometimes when you hear sometimes it depends where you are in it. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes you hear it, you know.
Like right now, you're working on it, but you know I don't
sometimes you hear it. But when I'm with you guys, you hear me kind of float in and out. You hear me flowing in and out. Do you know what I mean?
That's that acting. He's trying to be a next Idris. Trying to take all our good jobs out here. That's what I'm saying. See, that's all that is.
And that other dude, Aaron Pierre, he's freaking
That's
another Brit
Mufasa.
that's taking over the streets.
Mufasa.
I think you give Mufasa a good run for your money, Deacon Daddy Davis. You know what I'm saying to you? We're gonna have a little dance for you too, bro.
Daddy Davis. Davis. Deacon Daddy Davis.
David. Everything the light touches, my good sir.
Everything your light touches.
Sorry. We're being let's be serious now, guys. Deacon David Davis.
I don't even know. You know, funny enough, I was stalling a little. I was loving the conversation because I'm like, what the hell am I going to say? There's really not a lot to say. So I'll say this. Listen, we are enjoying Ready to Love coming back on our screens. Ready to Love. Anybody from the production cast, you know, we all jokes. This is all love. Y'all are our family, you know, going back seasons and seasons upon seasons. You are family here with the Little Black Book crew. So please, you know, I know y'all like to watch. So if you're watching, we appreciate you. Take the advice we have with chew the meat and spit out the bones. But we do have some advice for a few. Seaway, I think she gave it excellently. Along with some of our other cast members around dressing. You want to put your best foot forward. So, you know, I'm not going to repeat it, but, you know, in a date, put your best foot forward, you know, do what works for you, you know, and your body and your type. And that goes for both men and for women. Also, listen, when it comes to rejection sometimes is your protection. That's God's way of protecting you. So if you do get rejected, that's not an opportunity to show out. That's not an opportunity to talk ill of the person that rejected you. This is a little for Sahara and also for True. Listen, sometimes rejection is your protection, right? And then also sometimes there's some good advice, in somebody giving you feedback. So beware of that. Also, listen, you got 5 kids and 3 baby mamas. I think you want to find where the relationship is with them, because 9 times out of 10, the ladies don't want you stressing them out, fellas. If you got 5 kids and 3 baby mamas, don't be stressing out no other ladies. Figure out what went wrong with them ladies, and maybe you can revisit that situation. And that's all I got. Back to you, Coach.
No worries, we appreciate that. Listen, this has been an amazing time. Listen, we'll be back next Wednesday for the men, talking about Married at First Sight. Thursday, super panel for Married at First Sight, and then obviously we're back on a Saturday. Obviously next Sunday, Love Is Blind is also on as well. So we start our panels on the Sunday. I believe it is 5 p.m. EST. So if you're there and around abouts, listen, you're available, come watch the live panels, because it's 6 episodes of first round. So, boy, that weekend gonna be a little bit busy. I can't even lie to you. We're gonna try and squeeze in 6 episodes, and I'm sure they're gonna make the episode like 109 hours. You know what I mean? So, just buckle up that weekend, guys. Okay, if you got any plans for Valentine's Day, cancel it, because you got to watch Love Is Blind. Okay, listen, we will see you obviously next week for some great conversations as well. I don't know if my other fellow panelists have some lives going on as well. El Cid, Jay, do you have some panels going on as well that the audience can get behind and support you guys as well during this next week?
Yeah, we got our Friday nights with the cousins. So, right after the show, we go on immediately live with our first round thoughts of what we seeing for the night. I got to figure out how I'm going to juggle into this Love Is Blind, because it's going to be somewhere in the middle of the week, because you got Sunday already too. So, yeah, I'll keep y'all posted on that, but we will be doing that too. So,
gotcha. No worries at all.
Tomorrow we have Kojo and I have Married at First Sight Australia. Australia. It is going to be 3:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're looking for drama, Australia always has it. Cheating scandals, somebody telling somebody off, somebody acting a fool. And this week is no different. So love it. Married at First Sight Australia. As Kojo said, Love Is Blind. I'll be doing my individual recaps for those. And we are, Jay and I, and we had just Rhonda with us for Ready to Love on Fridays right after the show.
Yes, we cut up just like this. So if y'all want like the last 30 minutes of this, this video, sit and just Rhonda. Seaway, I don't know. She got to come on over here where she ain't got no game. Hang out with us.
Well, obviously Black and Seaway got things going on too. So Seaway, what's going on with you? I know you're on TikTok and you killing it over there at the moment. She even left us to go do TikTok. So that's how much she's a professional at this job. Shout out to you. I actually respect it. Big time.
Never leave you guys ever.
Oh no, you should. If you make it like that, you should. I would.
Okay. we know.
You making it.
Yes, you guys come. First of all, shout out to Dakota Africa. She's come over to my TikTok to come bond with me. It's fun over there. You guys make sure you check me out on my TikTok. The name is in my bio. It's same name. It's Seaways World Esquire. It's Seaways World Esquire on TikTok. I have some lives going on. I just don't talk about basketball. I talk about life, pop culture, popular events or whatever. So if you are on TikTok before it gets banned again, come over and hang out with me. It's fun. You may learn something and enjoy the vibes too. So it's cool over there. So follow me over there.
Shout out to Seaway as well. Black, what's going on with you, bro? They're always looking for the audio book, my guy. I'm going to start calling you something as well. We need a nickname for you as well, my guy.
Yeah, actually, I do have an ebook out. It's called Behaviors of an Intentional Man. And you can find it on Amazon. So appreciate that, guys.
No worries.
And follow me, Black Made Media too, all platforms, YouTube, Instagram, all of it.
No worries. Send me a link and I'll put it in the description box as well for you guys as well. I'll get Jay to. Yes, Jay, go for it.
Don't forget your Monday night TikToks.
Oh yeah, listen, I forgot about it. Yeah, Monday nights, guys. We are on TikTok on my TikTok Black Muscle 91. We'll move it soon. I just want to gather some people and get a loyal crew over there as well. So Monday nights we're having conversations. I might also do a Thursday night because I know me and my boy from UK as well. We're trying to do it on TikTok rather than YouTube. So just to give you guys a different platform, different kind of vibe. Monday night's really cool. The first half an hour I just do a little breakdown of some stuff that I do on YouTube already. But in the next like hour and a half, 2 hours, it's all like open panel conversation, which is quite interesting. You get to a mix of different blend of people. You get people from Africa, people from from the US as well. Shout out to Jay and Siwa who joined as well. Really positive conversation. I had people from UK as well. So it's a mix and blend, which is really, really cool. It's really different and than YouTube. So it'll be great to have you guys on there. So if you're around at 5 p.m. EST, I'll put the link actually on my community page so you guys can start following it. We'd have some more conversations. So if you're a conversationalist, get over there. You know what I'm saying to you. But listen, look, Daddy Deacon Davis has spoken, okay? But the ladies said they want to hear, okay, from Bishop Black. So Bishop Black, you got to wish us well and send us off into the night because they want to hear from you before we go.
Okay. Thank you guys for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
That's it. Listen, Bishop Black has spoken, people. We'll see you again very, very soon.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.